ホワイトデー返さないでいいよ。あなたの家から返さないでいいよ。
すいません、ST48
新キャプテンの発表をさせていただきたいと思います。はい、ST48 新キャプテンは今村美月ちゃんです。
Does he ever? Look at now the captain of. Yeah, oh god. There's someone in your shirt. It says on the shirt, so irreplaceable? When they're sitting there, kind of like trying to sound like Marilyn Monroe. Man, that is too good. Oh, they're coming to guess. I'm just shoving this. It's like the greatest song of all time. It's actually Serena Soda. During 1980s music. So much music. Because Mary Poppins. So in total, AKB had 25 songs ranked, AKB had 9 songs ranked, AKB had 6 songs ranked, AKB has 5 songs ranked, AKB has 3 songs ranked, and STU has 2 songs ranked. So good isn't it? Shiroma. Suda. Mizuki Yamaguchi, the lead member. That's it. Available March 18th. 2 months. That's a surprise. So she's like the next face. Surprising. So yeah, funny note. That's a surprise. Do you think she could move to another team, possibly? What? What the? What is this with Miku Tanaka's Mikamomo solo concert, which is called Mikamomo Together. Mikamomo. Yeah. And he's on to the fans. Yeah.
お持ちできましたか？
すいません。ちょっとライブ楽しみすぎて餅つくの忘れちゃいました。
Oh, God. Open, say, strong and open. Rico Kubo was We'll talk about on the show. It's actually a shirt right now. She's seeing like right to cut right now actually at the moment. The picture of the women on the AKB48 song that sang in her in My Revolution. Oh, this like number 70. This was actually a song in the AKB48, but in this performance, you had Maho Yamaguchi as well as Rena Hasegawa and Ria Katahara. Well, now all left the group. I mean, Ria left the group before the Maho Yamaguchi was what happened, and at that time they looked like. And Riley actually looked very different actually during that time actually. And I don't know which, we're not sure she's one of those. They record the same song as too often. We saw that other in one of the concerts. Oh, it's a for countryman cook. Oh, we on to the part 2 of this week's episode of Normal Life. Jerrison? So like before we begin, or the episode, let's say like quick thing for a quick second, but apologies for like what happened in the past month, because someone in the past had to edit like a lot of videos in the past few months, and one of the videos that I edited, which was the year in review, somehow surprisingly took more longer than expected to edit, because when I was like looking through the footage we actually recorded, somehow that it was like we kind of recorded like 2 year in reviews. So because of that, I had to decide to make them as 2 separate videos than compared to the version that we actually put on the channel, which was a 2-part video. I actually like had to like go like record some like new footage to actually add to the episode, then had to edit for a while. And then after like when it was all edited, then somehow took a bit to render the videos. And that happened, the interview was rendered, though they about that is that somehow like I have to like the thing in like the channel, I have to like leave my laptop on the entire time, or else the thing won't be in the channel. But then after that, somehow I had to like go to a convention during that time, and because of it, somehow I didn't have time to actually put the year in review in the channel. When that happens, somehow like I know the version that we actually that's put in the channel is actually put in the channel. Though I mean, if we at least waited like one more day and had time, then probably would been able to actually put the version of the interview that I edited, which the channel, instead of the version that we actually put in the channel already. But also, I mean, like with that, I mean, like, well, usually when I put the episode, so the show in the channel, usually would take me like maybe like a few hours to put, because if there was like not a lot of editing for them, would we put them out within like immediately. But in case if we have to like edit the episode or and how much we have to like edit of it, it may take a while to actually edit, but also you have to take a bit to actually render the episode too. But I mean, most of the time, I mean, the episodes are actually put on the channel immediately. This probably happened in like the most recent videos we actually put on the channel, but I mean, for like future episodes, we'll probably have minimal editing so that we can get the videos more out quickly. But me being on the show, I mean, like, I'm usually available, but sometimes like either I have to still like prepare for the episode, and also like check the news document that we usually check when we do the episode to make sure that we got all the news we could talk about before we begin recording it. And 3 episodes, I mean 2 episodes, I mean like some of that either like in one of the episodes Ruka had to do like something because she was recorded at like usually at a time than the time that we usually record the show, and the whole week actually was actually resting because during that time I was actually covering the AKB48 Request Hour and AKB48 Fest. But then hopefully I'll be back in the show soon, and apologies for like what happened in the past month. But with that, now I want to something that we could have talked about in this week's talk with Ruka and Michael in this week's episode, but it was actually about AKB48 Request Hour this year, as well as AKB48 Fest this year. Now, about to like, well, in the past 2 weeks we've been doing the live viewing parties of both AKB48 Request Hour and AKB48 Fest this year. So to anyone that was watching in the past 2 weeks, thank you for watching our live coverage of it. I mean, it was actually like very fun. I mean, like somehow like talked to like actually like watch what is the #1 song for Request Hour this year, and also react to it, and also react to the concerts related to it, like before and after AKB for Request Hour. But also like, so talk to like many of the people like in the chat, including the chat in the No I Don't Like Discord, including like a lot of talking about what is happening, and also learning about a few things about that are happening in the concerts. Kind of even notice like a lot of like there's people like in the chat, including like Boma and Peachy, and as well as Matt from MB Takoyaki Party, and Sano, and also there's other people there in the chat. Even some of the people in the chat were actually at the concerts too, and like kind of gave like their insights on like what happened during those concerts, and like if they got anything during the concert, they probably tell us like what happened. I mean, also I kind of like enjoy kind of reading the comments you put in the chat, and it's like really fun. I mean, I had like a really fun time actually covering it, and it's like if obviously Durrell was watching the concert, and probably like reacting to all the things that happened to it, and also like that's like the kind of give my little like tell a lot of stories about me talking to the members in showroom, which probably interesting to probably talk to like some of the predominant members in the group. Yeah. So now we're gonna go to a quick summary of like what happened during AKB48. Of course, we're this year in AKB48 Fest this year. So we're gonna begin with the first concert that we began before AKB48 Fest, is with the group concerts with SU48's concert. Now this concert, I mean, this is a concert I was really excited about because, of course, this is probably, I mean, the group's like doing very well in the past year, and I mean, like they're was it the fact that the ST48 Go finally opened, and they released like two was in the past, including Waiting for the Wind and I Really Like This Person. They just released their next hit single called A Reckless Dream Never Sleeps, which I'll talk more about that later when we get to other section in this part in the episode. But so in this concert, I mean, like, it began with like the members singing some of their hit singles. They sang their next hit single, A Reckless Dream, When a Reckless Dream Never Sleeps, and they also sang Waiting for the Wind, and they also sang We Like This Person Too, I think as well too. Then after like all the members kind of introduced themselves, then they youth performances. Actually, about these youth performances, some of them were actually interesting. Like the first song they actually sang was actually Can You See the Sunset? Which and when they performed that song, I mean, some of the members were actually wearing the members were actually wearing the clothes that were worn in usually during the dance sections in the music video of the song. When this performance, somehow Misaki Mamoru, which you know is my Oshaman in the group, well, was in that performance, and she actually sang really great in that performance, actually. Really good, too. And then there's a performance where I think some of the members were singing a No Sleep song, too, as well, too, which was a very poppy song. It's like, they actually sang it at the back of the stage at Toyotomi City Hall. Then they got to a section where some of the members doing some solo performances. And then there was interesting solo performance in this, when Miona was Madawaki was doing version of Uza, and when she was singing in to the song, it was dope. It's it was so it was very great. Although during when she performed, she might have wore a little and usually around her leg to make sure it doesn't injure her leg. But she was great performing that. I mean, she's also sang great. Then comparing when she performed it was in the AKB48 singing competition this year, where she sang that usual song that doesn't match with all the other performances that happened during the competition that year. Then also one member, I think Yuka, he was doing a bit of ballet too, and then Hina was dressed like a cat and then sing this interesting song, and then Wada, and then and then she's also looking at the camera various times at some point. Then Misaki Imamura also performed, and then she sang the song that had Saki Yamamoto being the lead member. Where they're kind of the song that kind of sounds like a Then Kokola also sang a song too as well, and then those solo performances were actually really good too. Then after that, they did a little segment where they kind of did a quiz, and then if they get a question wrong, they actually have to drink something, I think as well too. I mean, probably a lot happened in that section of the concert. And then in the rest of the concert, they sang more of their hit singles, including they sang their previous hit single, I Really Like This Person. Then they sang a few singles of AKB48, AKB48 hit singles, including It's Sustainable, which that was a great performance. Did that. And then after that, we get to the big announcement in this concert. This was actually a really surprising announcement when I was watching it when we were during the live viewing party of that concert. So I was like watching the concert. I know like the live stream was watching was a few seconds behind what was happening, but I was looking through the chat. People were saying that Nano Okada was stepping down as the captain of the group. Now I don't know if she was gonna still be in the group. No, she stepped out as the captain of the group, but if she was still in the group, I mean, she will have to do a concurrency with the group. Then after that, we found out that the next member will be the captain of the group, which the title they use in the group is C captain of the group is surprisingly my Ultraman in the group, Mizuki Mamura. And then also found out that the vice captain of the group will be Akari Furuoka. But then when they actually showed on the live stream, and then I was actually like really surprised when that happened. I was like, hey, my Ultraman is not the captain of the group. That's like really amazing. I mean, kind of like how how like a member in the group would now be the captain of the group. It's like, man, Saki did a lot of like things in like the past, and now she is the captain of the group. It's kind of interesting also then, you know, that those are like the captain of Hinata 46, Kumi Satsuki, is also a Ultraman in that group, and other captains. Well, and then when Minami Negishi leaves the group, well, Miya Mukurichi, who we know is the captain of AKB48 in all the groups, or the Sentoku, who is also will be my Ultraman in the group. Yeah, so my Ultraman of the groups are now all going to be captains of the group, which is not surprising, but at least it's all great. And then like, yeah, I was like about that, and then yeah, and then like when they after that, when they actually like actually when one of the songs that was running in AKB48 Request Hour this year, which was the was one of the initial tracks on well, the group's second hit single, "Wait for the Wind," We'll Go Onward, which had the music video was filmed on the STU 48 Go while they were doing renovations. So they performed the song, and now we have Mizuki now wearing the clothes that Nano Okada wore in the video, and now she wears the captain's hat. Now, I'll show you some pictures here. There's her now with Kaori, who's now the vice captain. Well, Nano Okada, her clothes. There's her wearing standing with the clothes. There's an interesting picture here where like as she was having her hat fit, somehow Miru Shiroma was actually in the somehow she actually had to cover her in this picture. And then more of her getting her hat fit, which is yeah, and like, I mean, like after like when they when they performed in the concert, actually like she did a show, I think a few days after, and then after that actually like there were a few messages, and she did a show, and I gave her a few messages, and I told her like, congratulations being the captain of the group. Now she might have saw the comment, I'm sure she said, but if she did, then okay, she probably saw it. But I mean, because she probably knows me, but I mean, like, probably will maybe send her the message again. Maybe she'll probably see the message. And then they ended with a few more songs, and the concert was after that. I mean, that was like it was a really great concert. I mean, we got to from other hit singles that also do a bit of like solo performances too, and also a bit of nostalgia of like early AKB, like when they did When Can You See the Sunset, which is yeah, it's like a concert. I mean, like, but it's all good, yeah. Then after that, after that was concert involving the group that shall be named. No, we didn't cover that concert, but according to various people in the chat, they said that in that concert they pretty much showed a documentary, and then like with that, but yeah. And then after that, we had like HKT48's concert, which, well, with their concert was like mind blowing. It's like the entire concert. It's like pretty much an entire era of the group in one concert. Because in this concert, they kind of like, do like the next era of the group, where, you know, in the previous era we had Rino Sachihara being the face of HKT48. But then now, for that, when she left the group, they had, so that some of that Anna Murashiki was kind of like Rino's like second-hand man or assistant, was be the next face of the group. And throughout most of the like concert, they kind of like get to see her being the lead of various shows, and they began the concert by saying like one of the theme song of the show that involves the Gakuen series that involved HKT48 that they did. And like also they say like one of the lines that's over, they say like shame, they say like shake instead of shit. I'll find this quickly. Oh yeah, there was another section too, like the first half, where then she does of Dear J. This time, instead of saying Dear J, she says Dear Shige. And like when she says the song like Dear Shige, she somehow like broke for like a few seconds, and then that. And then throughout the concert they sang a few more songs of that, and then for pretty much like half the concert they did pretty much an episode of Ruby Rangers. Ruby Rangers were in this episode of Ruby Rangers, and in the concert it involves where the Ruby Rangers go to Tokyo, since they're now at Tokyo City Hall. So the Ruby Rangers from the Fukuoka area go to Tokyo, where somehow they get like this idol group in the area, and then like for them to kind of have the same success as them, they had to like remove the little like the little like fingers like on they wearing, and then for a while they were like not wearing the fingers, but somehow it was posed that the idol was pretty much a trap, and then they someone like finds a janitor like finds the fingers they threw out, which apparently the janitor who is the janitor is Marutashima, and like a pretty much an sort of yeah, Rangers. But then like the next section of the concert, like there's the section where we see like Anna playing the many like people like she plays in the well, usually when they do their concerts, like she plays the the person in the Japan men's rugby team, so like that very very rich, usually in a club. That also plays like the drummer who like things too, and then she also plays the DJ who goes, see, and then we get to like probably the most interesting section in that when she plays, I think she like reprises plays in the play that AKB48 did recently with the samurai and the yakuza. But then with the, it's like with the performance, like in that section of the song, the performance, like, oh, just gonna. As soon as the chorus, like, somehow, like, we see, like, we hear this, 1960s, musical, like, dream song, electronic song that's kind of, like, really interesting, and, like, and then probably we kind of see Asumi, Mazoka, and, like, Emery Yamashita, and, like, another member, like, sing the song. It's, like, just watch, it's, like, they're all, like, trying to sound like a Marilyn Monroe, kind of, no way, but then, after they, like, sing for a few seconds, we see the, person that Anna plays, and then when the next was like, oh boy, she's playing a person trying to see prostitutes, which is like, oh god. Then I was like, then like, she's about to go inside the little like place, and then somehow she gets held hostage, and then someone was holding a gun, which might have been like much of the play, which kind of makes sense, because if it wasn't referencing the play, then I was like, okay, why is she holding a very huge gun? It's like saying like, I was like, it was all mind blowing, which was all that. Yeah, like the clothes that they, well, the beginning of that section where they kind of like, there's the three, there's Natsumi, Emery, and then like the clothes that they were like, just like a little like kind of store, and then found out like later that, oh, they're playing just like prostitutes, which is like really surprising. And then there was like more of like that. There's at the beginning of the little where they're like all in the chair, and then saying that that unusual like 1960s dream electronic song. Them on the chair. There's Anna reprising the in the play. Then the search where she gets held hostage, and then but we don't see. And then like someone was pointing a gun, and it's like I was watching. It was kind of like it's like mind blowing. But I was like watching that performance. I was kind of thinking, do you think that HKT48 could probably do a midnight stage? I mean, I found out they did one before, but they only did like one so far. But I mean, they could do something a midnight stage, but well, maybe not like how like SKE40 would probably do it, where in there, well, if HKT40 did a midnight stage, they'd probably do like some where they would put comedy, but I mean, maybe kind of maybe as like maybe inappropriate as like, let's say, it's not a comedy routine, but I mean, that's would be like very risky. I mean, there might be some risky performance, but at least the comedy would probably be very like what was it? Oh, comedy was like really great. I mean, this concert, I mean, maybe Anna might have produced this concert, which I mean, she did, and which she just proved like comedy gold in this case, in this concert. And then that they sang a few more songs after that, and then near the end of the concert, we all thought pretty sure that Anna was going to announce that she was going to leave the group. But then they made a little announcement at the end of the concert, but then we found out that the era of HKT is now done. We're going to the next era of HKT40, which is the actual next era of the group. Instead of Anna being the face of the group, the next face of the group is obviously Miku Tanaka become a and then they did like the first few minutes of the concerts all over again, and it's like, but when I was like watching this concert, saying like, I think yeah, HKT is gonna do very well. I mean, through like what well, after when we know Sashihara leaves the group, I mean, and also as well that that Sakura, Miyawaki, and Naku Kabuki are currently in Ice 1, but I mean, like, that kind of shows that they're probably going to do very well this year. I mean, like, they have full potential. They have a lot of other members, too, that have kind of potential, too. And it's like, really, like, the thing about their concert is that out of all the group concerts, that concert may have been, like, the longest concert out of all the concerts, with the running time of, like, 2 hours, 30 minutes. Then it was very long, but the entire concert was actually a really mind-blowing concert. The way to describe it would probably be like HTT48 Comedy Hour or Anamura Shige Comedy Hour. On Anamura Shige, which she's a really great member too. I mean, like with her things she does, and like her comedy is like good, but yeah, it was like a really like fun concert. Though there were no announcements in this concert, but I mean, a lot of like fun like things and too. And then that would end like the first day of like 45th, and then the next day we had today, which began with MMB48's concert, which not for like that concert, like Matt from MB Takoyaki Party, maybe the rest of the hosts from that show probably were there too. I mean, other people have been there too, but at least there. That concert, it was like, it looked like it was like an MMB48 concert, since if you watch their concerts, you'll probably know like the quality of their concerts. I mean, their concert, like, kind of like began with like the little like introduction. It's kind of like the beginning of their, well, to the group's 10th anniversary, which is this year. The group began since, well, I mean, actually, like by next year. Yeah, this year, because it'll be, the group began, although they began in 2010, but they began mainstream in 2011. Then, to that, they, like the captain of the group, Karen Kojima, talked for a few seconds, and then they began performing some of the hit singles, and then performed Wado People. Others were there. It was like a little bit. Then after that, they did the introduction, and they did the section where they did all the units, and one of the performances. That section was interesting. It was like one of the solo performances when Akira Yoshida performance where she like just came back to her house on a very snowy day, and then throughout the performance we sing the song. She was like starting to like parts of her clothes off, just like, oh, this is like a slowed down version of Zipper. I mean, she didn't go all the way through, but I mean, like, almost to a point that she's probably gonna the clothes, and then like. So the performer, then she kind of like, she like pushes the hanger, like it goes down there quick. From show features from, well, that little performance. There's actually like, well, in the beginning of the performance she wears like a little coat and scarf, and then she kind of like starts removing like the clothes off, and then she goes to the song, and then like when she like pushes the hanger, and then she gets to a where she like with the little sweater, and then like the little shirt off, and then gets to a point, well like that, yeah. And then after that, so there was a few other interesting performances too, and they performed a few more hit singles, and probably like then we get to like one of like the interesting sections of the concert where they did their kind of their version of AKB48 Request Hour, where they would kind of rank all the clothes that they wore in the music videos of their songs, and performances called an AKB48 Outfit Request Hour. This was actually determined by the fans through a tag in Twitter, and in the end, and it was actually as they go through the countdown was kind of like as usual, like MB4 things you expect in an MB48 concert. Yeah, like when they would kind of reveal like what song was ranked, they would kind of like how I would see in like the beginning of the video, see like in the video of their first hit single. But the song that was like the closing, that was like number 1 in the MB4 Outfit Request Hour is actually the close in the video of Ha, which that was a interesting view. That's the video where like somehow they're like where like Miyuki is like Watanabe is like kidnapped, and then the Saka have to like rescue her from like who's in the group actually performs like in the middle of like Nambo and like the little river of the section of like that's the area in Osaka where it has the well, that's where their theater is, but also where they had those various lights there. And the clothes in that video were actually like good too. And when the song was the person was wearing the clothes from that video, that number 1 was actually Miru Shiroma was actually wearing that clothes. Pictures from the let's see here. And then there's like Miru with her with Akari at the concert. I think. And there she is wearing the clothes in Ha, which yeah, she was in that song too because she's a first number 2. There was also like another movement in the concert too where like somehow when they did Come On in the Gisk, which we know is like the greatest MB48 song of like all time, and when they you'd probably see like when they performed the song was like as they was like watch. As we was covering the concert, you probably saw me like singing the song as they were performing it. And then after they from there more of their hit singles too, and then and then after that they near the end they performed like their recent hit single like Don't Forget Your First Love. Except this time they had I think it was they had Sarah Nagisa being the lead member instead of Furioda, which we know already left the group already. And this one there were no announcements in this concert, but it was a really great concert. I mean, the MV48 Request that was like really interesting, kind of ranking all the clothes they wore in their videos too. And then after that, we probably get to like a concert that probably like me, Steve and Mike are all excited for in AKB48 Fest this year. SKE48's concert, where in their concert they began their concert by doing a bit of like a lot of very like dance choreographed dance heavy songs, and then like one of the songs in the beginning of the I mean, Drina was there too. Drina Matsui is there, even though was there too. And then like for a few seconds, they were doing a dance number for a few seconds, which kind of leads up to they did Escape, which we know is that had like the video where like one of them was like playing the piano, doing the piano solo. Then when they get to the section where they're doing the piano solo, you probably like saw me like. When I was covering the concert, we probably was doing a bit of the piano solo down there. Then for like the next for like half of the concert, they did for the introductions. They did like a medley of solo performances. Total about 21 where I think all the members in the concert actually did a solo performance. They did it with no break, which means, man, they had to like keep on going until they get to, well, their after that. But one of like the interesting performances from the medley, like for example, I know that Rukanoe did of Hashi a Penguin. We apparently we're going to be seeing that song being performed a lot throughout all the other concerts in the first this year. And then points. And then Serena Soda was actually one of my favorites. The group actually was saying this 1980s styled song and like and dressed like Mary Poppins. Apparently, like, this she sounded great in it, and like she was saying that she was kind of singing something that's like modern enka. And then when that happened, I said like, oh, I would jam to that. I'm just gonna see if I can find a little of that of Serena Soda, a Mary Poppins kid. So then here's the little for like Serena was like singing the song. It's like, yeah, like she like looks like Mary Poppins. Apparently, according to Michael, he told me that actually that the song she was singing was actually something they actually released recently. It might have been a song they sing in the theater, but I mean, actually, it was a great song actually. Apparently, this song actually got ranked into AKB48 Request Hour about 2 years ago, actually. Very as well too. And then also, then Akari Sato was actually like being a clown for like a few seconds too, and then I remember was seeing Enthusiastically, which we know is Roundup Matsui's last hit single of the group. Though in the video of that song was a bit sad in a way, very sad. I mean, during that time you all thought that Jerrison Matsuru was going to leave the group, but nope, Roundup Matsui left first. And then Mina Oba also did a solo, which was also great too. Akane Takagi, which we know is Michael's also in the group, we know will be leaving the group in about 2 months. She did a diva song, which is all great. And then Akari Suda was doing Waoki. But according to Ruka in the episode, she said that this was actually the first time in a very long time that she actually performed the song. But when she was like performing it, at the time she was like looking at the camera for instance. And then there was like where like the camera was like zooming in on things like risque, and it's like oh sorry. Then at the end of the entire medley, we had Jerrison performing like the initial the solo track she had on the group's like recent hit single. Am I saying it right? Called "Who Are You?" Actually, this is the picture from the clothes she wore. The clothes that she wore in the song that she sings a lot that she's in the theater. It's like but actually she wore something similar to that in the when she performed that song in the medley. But like there's these pictures she and she performed with her backups too. Well, when she performed that song actually in the AKB48 Request Hour. I know these pictures really appears that she looks just fun. Just favorite receipt there. It was like just fun. It's all good. And then it kind of like leads up where they kind of performed like all their hit singles, and then they performed their recent hit single like I think it leads to them doing Frustration, and then they it comes back, and then like they do Stand By You. And then also after they do like their and then they do their recent hit single, Am I Saying It? And like during like the entire concert, it's like very fun. It's like got everyone like it's like we're all having a fun time, and we're all like very excited. I mean, there's a lot of dance choreography in this concert. We know that SK48 is under AVEX tricks, so we have a lot of dance choreography in that. And then in the encore, they performed like some of their hits, and they ended the concert with 1, 2, 3, 4, Here I Come. It's like 4 there was AKB46's second single. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, Here I Come. You know, like in the verses were like, then like Drina and like one would like say a bit of dialogue like before they get to actually the chorus. Yeah, that was before. That's well, yeah, so the 46th single was released. I don't know, like I mean, that concert was like that was the concert. SK48's concert was like really great concert, and it was I said it's like really fun and like dance choreography. Like feels that SK48 is going to do really well with. Like, since now they're under their new management company, Zest. And then after that, we be to AKB48 Request Hour, which, now, AKB48 Request Hour this year, I mean, it was actually, like, good. I mean, like, the thing about with AKB48 was this year is that most of the songs that were like ranked this year were like mainly like additional tracks or like songs from like albums. I mean, really like but even like somehow like you got a song from like HK48's like so 92 got ranked. I mean the Choo song on the album, well, although it's not in this version of the album, like version H, but I mean, in there, and then even a song from SK48's well, recent album version of Hill got ranked too, and then even a few songs from AK48's recent album, We Know That On That Day got ranked. Like the song, one of the songs from that album that got ranked was the song where like has the line. Get it. And then, but I was really low. I mean, like, even, like, from, like, maybe Takeover Party kind of described the AKB48 Request this year in the chat as, like, AKB48 B-Side Request Hour. Also called it AKB48 More because at the concert they were. Oh, wait, there was also it was also like because they were also putting like early AKB48 songs in it. Oh yeah, even a song from that was 1,030 meters got ranked too. Apparently, like one of the songs that got ranked in AKB48 this year, well, it's actually a song from actually the original version of Hill. Which actually not. It's actually I think it's a solo song that Akari Suda did. Here's some pictures from that. There's her performing on there. We're sitting on the stairs at City Hall. There's there. And over there it's there. As we quickly go through the results of AKB Request Hour this year, I mean, so like the first like, oh, and as we were watching Zoom with AKB for this year, is that as we were like watching it and like we were like kind of like going like watching on the live stream too, but it was also like going back between watching that and also watching the second screen experience on Showroom, which on the first half of it this year it was hosted by, well, most of the entire thing was hosted by the editor of Bis magazine, but not to be confused with the group Bis with the black. It's not that. He's like the editor of that magazine. In the first day, we had Vivian Murakawa, HKD48's Vivian Murakawa, who is promotion in that group. It was in the first day of it. Excuse me. Then in like the second half of it, we had we had Oren Mutu and Maneka Tanaka hosting the second half of the coverage. And like in the end of the first half of the coverage, they're actually there because like, well, We'll get to that section later. But we'll see if we go through like quickly through the songs that got ranked like this year was the first song that was ranked, but this is actually a tie in 49th with November Anklet, which you know is Mai Watanabe's last hit single, and they said like when I saw the video of that song, kind of made me feel bad for Mayu because she was still in the group because she'd been being with like Reno, Tsujihara, various AKB48 marginalization that caused why she probably left the group. But then also at like around 40, 47, then we had the 12th Gen song which also includes Colin from 48 Talks, Oshimin, Yukari, Natsuki in there. But when their performance began, I was like, thought she was gonna say something. She's gonna leave the group, like pull off a lemon of announcing the group. Good news, she didn't do that, but big for also the proposals for that performance because Tomomuto was in that performance too. And then like 45 Show Fight got ranked. Oh yeah, one of the theme songs of the Gakuen series. And then we get to like the next few songs, but then we get to like the There Should Be Name got ranked, and then I'm just surprised that somehow some of their songs still got ranked, even though despite with the Mahoi Makuchi assault. Oh yeah, but near like at the beginning of for Request Hour, when we kind of see Rika Nakai, somehow she sounded like very exhausted doing that, and then like when they performed Youth Clock, which had a Rika Nakai being the member on that song, it's like, oh boy, Youth Clock. And they said like it's like, oh, I'm never gonna sing that song the same way again. And surprisingly, when like the group that performed, surprisingly Yuki Kashiwagi was surprisingly performing with them because she was in those songs. But even though like she left the group actually while the controversy was still happening. It's like so she still supports well, at least some of them. I mean, the ones, not all of them, because some of them have been involved with the assault. But I mean, I think not like with the group that shall be named. But I mean, like there's still been found who planned the assault yet, which why there's probably still no just for Maho yet. But I mean, like, but I mean, for sure, for the members that were like not involved in the Mario Makuchi assault, I mean, at least maybe like when they put the members that were not involved in the rest of the groups, well, this is nearby their hometown. I mean, I still support the members that were not involved, but when I kind of like see them perform, they kind of like look a bit sad, and like at times they might look a bit stiff at some points. But I mean, like, apparently there's still a trial happening, but hopefully we'll find out the entire story of sort of find out with what happened or the entire situation. But we'll wait and find out about that. And then like we'll try all of April for Request. I mean, two of their actually ST48 had two songs being ranked. It's actually, but all the songs that got ranked is that all the songs that were ranked are actually from the groups like Sage single. Well, Waiting for the One, which I'm gonna see if let's get to that quickly, which is from Sage single Waiting for the Wind. I mean, the song that I voted for looking forward to the start of this year, like their previous hit single, I Really Like This Person, somehow didn't get ranked. I mean, it could have been ranked. I mean, the song that like a lot of the thing that could have been ranked, which was the Generation change track on the Juano days was not ranked as well. Surprising, but I mean, it could have been ranked too. And then, more of the list, let's back to this quickly. Let's see. And one of the songs that got ranked from SC48, but besides that earlier was the We'll Go Onward, and then but then when we I think that's late. I think that's it. Was that during the top 20? Yeah, really, like one of the like songs that's some of the songs from the additional tracks on Sustainable got got ranked, but if you're so like one of the songs that probably was like probably so the other song that got ranked was actually one of the original tracks on like like No Way Man, though not the Over 19 track, which had the music that kind of looked like similar to the film made by Wes Anderson, the Grand Budapest Hotel. Though it's not in this version of the single, but it's like there. But also the ending of that song is that's how that Maho Yamaguchi was in that song. I mean, but also in the video, kind of see you also had Budoka also being the lobby boy. Also got Haranju in there too. But I think the performance they did on and even for Request Hour, I think another was being the lobby boy. I'm not sure if this was in the song too, but Yorimori was the detective in this performance. And oh yeah, Java got ranked at 28, which no, at least that was all. Oh yeah, also apparently Zipper got ranked at like 39th, and like it was like, oh, we want to see whole Zipper again. I mean, they could have voted. I mean, they could have voted in a quintet, but then, although I'm sure they'll do it since Yuri Oda left the group, but I mean, I'm just gonna see if we can find that little beginning, like where she was. Sure, that's the you. Where she want to be like the ranklet, and then I think that. Oh, I think it was an MV or she was in the overnight. Oh, show on the No Way Man. There she is with like Nagisa and Said, and they did the Zipper. And boy, that was a lot of when they performed it. Oh, with the Zipper. Let's see what happened too quickly. Oh, sorry. She's gonna go. Okay, let's right to the, okay. And then we'll drink. And the song that was actually, well, number 26, was kind of like, what won the first half of, Thank You for Request Hour was actually the 16 Gen song. Kind of like the fairly manic, and I think Suzu were like going to, like the second season on Showroom, and they got interviewed, and then they would host the second half of the coverage the following day. But really, like during time, like I was watching the even for Request, I was something like going back and forth between watching and also watching the second season on Showroom. So like at various times, like during when the Shall Be Named performed, I was like watching the Showroom, watching the people that performed like earlier being interviewed, and then. Yeah, but like for the first few, like some of Minami, like she was there and like she was being interviewed, and then she got. Oh yeah, and she performed in one song with Haruka Komiharu and Yuri Moriyama too. And then time was actually some of the Concuses were there. I mean like all of them except like the new members in SK, the second gens SK48 and the 10th gens in SK48 apparently were actually probably at their houses watching it, but I mean like before AKB48 Request Hour this time, I talked to Rico, which I know Kuma, which is a member that we actually talk about on the show a lot, and also a member that Ruka likes, which talked to Rico a few times actually on Shrub, and like I actually asked her like, "Oh, you're excited for AKB48 Request Hour?" I thought she said, "Well, what's that?" And then they said, "Oh, the festival is happening on Sunday." And she says, then I said she wasn't sure about it, and they said like STU48 is performing at Tokyo City Hall. And then after that I said, maybe she wasn't sure about that still, then I said, oh, STU48 is performing in AKB48 Request Hour this year. Then I think she probably maybe she was going to find out when she goes there, but apparently she didn't go to it, but I mean, she could have been there. Maybe she'll go there probably next year. Well, if they'll do an AKB48 Request Hour next year. Members were like interviewed, and then like they did a little. And one song they actually, I think that happens in the first of the song, but they actually like do something with the dice. Yeah, then we get to then we go to the second half of AKB48 Request Hour. Oh yeah, and the end of the first half but this is actually the same thing with like the end of, well, both parts of the AKB48 Request Hour, but they ended with not possibly the additional tracks on the group's next hit single. We'll get to that later, and then they did Kusuro Fortune Cookie. Then we get to the second half of AKB48 this year, the 48 Request Hour this year, where, and then we found out the songs that apparently one of the songs they got they began the and the second half of AKB48 Request Hour with the song on their the recent album, We Know That on that day we know the dawn. That song where when Nana says kitty kitty. Then apparently a few more additional tracks got ranked, like an SKE song got Vacancy. Oh yeah, a few HKT48 songs got ranked too, and well, we'll get to that one later, and then a few MB48 songs got ranked too. Very a lot of HKT48 songs actually got ranked. Then the other HK's SU48 song that got ranked, the number 21, the Saito 7 song on Waiting for the Wind, which is actually, well, that's like a song that it sounds like Saito Ichi, and also gets everyone excited. Apparently in the song, they say Sakamichi to the 46 groups. Then then one of the danceable track on the MV40's recent single Don't Forget Your First Love actually got ranked surprisingly in around the top 10 to 20. Then the one of the Chew song on HKT48's single is an album 92 was somehow ranked. Actually, that did well actually. Oh yeah, and also one of the theme songs of the concerts got ranked in the stuff earlier. Oh yeah, but then Kusuro. So as at number 11, Kusuro Fortune Cookie got at number 11. It's like, oh, how did that get surprisingly got ranked? And unlike when they performed the song, you had Yuya Guri performing the song. Instead, we had the obvious face of HKT48, Miko Tanaka, being the lead on this performance. I mean, because you know that Sashi Hara was the lead member on the song when it came out. And then quickly we get to the top 3 songs that got ranked, but it was interesting because, like, the song that was number 1 last year, Teammates 47 Good, dropped to 3rd, which I did from 1st to 3rd, which was very surprising. But then the song that was number 2 was the Kinkuse track on the group that should be named, well, most recent single and possibly their last hit single, The People of the World. Actually, it's not on. It's not on the version I have, but it's like. It's actually. I've never heard this song. It was that it had a music video, I think, where like somehow like you had all the Kinkuse's being like going through like a lot of training, and then I think Yuki Kashiwagi was also in the video too. Oh, yeah, there's a little scene where like, she's like looking through a fan and then like going to it too. I mean, it was a great song. I mean, video too, but during that time, when they were like, when they performed, they were talking about the song in 2nd place. It's like kind of like looking like that they were kind of look sad because we know what happened with the Bohemian Assault, but like that. Then the song that was number 1 at AKB48 Request Hour this year, it was an additional track on well, one of the songs that HET4 made, the song that had the line, "Won't you listen someday I'll be." The song "Romantic by You," which well, I think that song had like it had Miku Tanaka, Nago Kabuki, and Miru Tashima. But I found there were been other members too in it, like Mio Songo wasn't there, which now left the group, and oh yeah, Hama Mizuoka might have been that song too, which she performed with them. Yeah, that song HET won AKB48 Request Hour this again, like this year. And that song wasn't actually in the was 2nd actually last year, so wait, finally it's number 1, and then that's with the first top 3 songs. They get to perform those songs in its entirety, which like the entire song. And then after that, they end the little with the same song. They end with the whatever they do, like digital track on. No, they probably digital track on their next hit single. And then it was a Kusura Fortune Cookie. But before the Kusura Fortune Cookie, they made actually like an announcement that the group was going to release their next single. And then like, found out that the person that will be the lead member on their next hit single is actually Mizi Yamauchi. Her a picture of her like actually included on the calendar, AKB48 calendar I actually got like last year too, and I mean like her being the lead member of the single is actually like great. I mean like I was thinking she was gonna be the lead member of the single. I mean, so she's a 16 Gen member too, and also has. I was thinking she was gonna be the lead member on a single. Though I was thinking that Nama Minagishi was going to be the lead member on this next single. She's in the single, but apparently not the lead member. I mean, Nama Minagishi could have been the lead member on the single. I mean, Mizuo could have been the lead member on the single after. Well, if the possible release single maybe this summer. Quite a hint that they might bring back the AKB48 Special General Election. But I mean, we have the Summer Olympics, so do that. But though I mean, song has still in the song they still have put members from the sister groups, which was thinking maybe for this one they're gonna have it will be all AKB48 members. They put more AKB members in the single. They put they put Seiya, they put Sato and Kubo in this in the Fuoka, they put Sato and Kubo in the single too. But they I mean, hopefully at least maybe when they for one of the singles if they do 3 singles in a year, then maybe like 1 single will just be all AKB48 members, and then. But then what we're probably gonna see with Mizumi's solo concert, My Revolution, we'll get to like later. We will actually talk about find out that probably that this like the single Jerrison was probably great. It'll be like part of their big comeback. And then after they ended with the Question of Fortune after that. Oh yeah, and when throughout the for Request Hour, Anna somehow was getting involved in between performances, but also sometimes private performances, including where somehow when Rika Naga did Youth Clock, somehow Anna pranked the performance, which was only. So you know what this AKB48 Request Hour, and that's AKB40 Request Hour this year. AKB40 Request Hour this year was great. I mean, like they had additional songs. So the rank were additional songs, but I mean, maybe the reason why the results were kind of like that because with the vote turnout, because I know there was like because there was like not a lot of like since there's like they didn't release a single before the AKB40 Request Hour happened this year, but I mean if they did, then they would have a lot of votes. Also, there was a lot of ways to vote, since the only way you can like vote for this is either through AKB48 Mobile, AKB48 Mail, AKB48 On Demand or DMM, as well as AKB48 on Demand or AKB48 EZO, and the fan club, which I mean, if there were like they did release a single before AKB40 Request Hour this year happened, then they would probably the vote turnout, the results would have been different. If they did like 100 songs this year, then more songs would probably have been ranked, and probably like the song that I voted for ST40, it's I really like this person, probably would have been ranked at least. But then there's a lot of nostalgia throughout for this year, but it's all good. After that, I had like AKB48's concert. Now, this concert was actually very exciting. I mean, there were a lot of friends in the concert. Before the concert happened, we figured out if they mean as in like AKB48 all, mean as in like all the members in the group or all the groups in the group. We found out that the concert's all the members in the group. So in the concert we had like, well, including the teammates as well. So in this concert we had all the members in the group, including teammates, so they're all there. So here we have like a picture of all the members in the shirt. From Gishi. So, this is like Gishi's like last AKB48 Request Hour. They're all because since she'll be leaving the group in like 3 months, she's actually like at the very right of the picture. It's like the last original member of the group. Well, on the left side of the pictures had Anna Hirayama, who came back in like AKB48 Request Hour this year, and also, so she's like back performing with the group too. Is all good? So like the concert like began with like all the members performing like their hit singles, and then after that they do like the team showcase for like all the teams like forming the. Turns like no Team K was written there, but then when like Team 4 performed, they more like Ima Happy. And that's the song that has the music video where some of the members are like don't know what they're doing, and they're being chased by various people that involved with modeling. But then after that, now that the song like sounds like this. No, 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 I'm happy. No, 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 I'm happy. I know that Nano Okada will be in that song, and so well, maybe Ryo Kitagawa was in the song too, and maybe Moe Gojo was in the song too. The thing about the song is that, like, no, I talked to, like, Nano Okada various times in showroom. But when she did a showroom where she did karaoke, and then I know she was probably in the song, like, Ima Happy. I asked her, do Ima Happy. Then, to that first one, the comments were like, saying like, Ima Happy. And when she saw the comments, somehow she laughed. No, she didn't sing the song, but I mean, she saw the comment. After they did the introductions, then they the unit section of the concert where the concert they did, like the units that they did in like the 14th anniversary concert they did. So when they did when they had to like the band, instead of the members like doing the air band, they actually like play the actual instruments, and like they're actually great in that performance after that song. Then I had various like members in a Team B sang the Valentine's Day song. The song like this, like, oh, no, 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 chocolate. The music of the song, we had like Asuka Maeda and Yuko Shima and Mariko Shinoda doing a line dance, and then they after that. I'll read video if you to see it. And then like after that, there's a section where like Anna Ryama comes in, and they will like conversation for like a few minutes. After they performed a few songs after that, but you know that now Anna didn't make the announcement, so Initia's still in the group. Then after that, they sang some of their hit singles. When they started, they actually so the part they sang the group's hit single "Sustainable." But the thing about this is that you all thought that Yu was going to be the lead member in the performance. And in this performance, we had Yuri Murayama, like, as they'll remember, in like the performance, it was like, it's all like before members are, and it's like, it's could have been like the actual, it might have been like, more better than the actual version of the song. I mean, they could have had that as the actual, like, Matsu of the song, though, I mean, we'll still have Mokia Hagi in it, but I mean, like, and, like, I mean, Minami would have been in the song, so much been right. But although, well, they actually did the entire song, which means you actually get to hear, Yuki Kashiwagi do her little soul, like, it went to the song, which really good. I mean, like, if AKB48 show was still on, we would probably have saw, like, an entire performance of the song, and then, like, hear, like, Yuki Kashiwagi's, like, little part of the song, which was really good. And then, that, like, in the encore, that's where they made, like, the various, like, big announcements in the concert. So the first announcement they made is that that more of the members will have their like YouTube channel. So like Yui will have her own channel. Kurana will have her own YouTube channel. It was like Yuihan will have her own YouTube channel. And also Yuki Kashiwagi will also have her own YouTube channel. And also, like, Miyama Koichi, Shinobu Mogi, and Nana Okada and Yuri Murayama will have their YouTube channel, which was actually, like, launched after the concert happened. And I know, like, during our, we actually watched, like, the first video that they put on the channel when they actually put on the channel. So, I mean, to, like, all the members that are, like, now on YouTube, welcome to YouTube. I mean, you'll make a lot of great videos on your channels. But a quick tip for when you're making, like, videos on YouTube. So when you do your videos, you probably can do, like, various things. And the things that then, like, if you do, then probably, like, something will happen, you'll probably make a lot of great videos. That, in the second announcement they made, and involves the Team H, well, that was that the team will do their 6th anniversary concert in Yokoyama Arena on April 2nd. They're having, like, the day before Mount Mitigation leaves the following day. There's a hint that there's a probable chance that our graduation concert might happen in Yokohama Arena. So maybe it's still probable how it might still happen in the Tokyo Dome. But that's all it. They sing a few more hits to that, and that is the concert. I mean, it was like really a great concert. I mean, like a lot of their hit singles, and there was like clearly like songs you probably haven't heard in a very long time. But then it's like kind of showing that they're probably gonna still do music for the next years too, and then like a lot of interesting things too. During like the concert, but it's all good. And that's all the group concerts. Now we go to the solo concerts, beginning with Nano Okada and Yuri Murayama's solo concert, which is called Irreplaceable Time. So no, like all the fans of like both members of Nano Okada and Yuri Murayama are probably like excited about this concert. This one was added as a last minute. I know with most of the concert they have like the merchandise, but anyway, with the merchandise of this concert that we're like trying to get the merchandise for this concert that were very interesting, and a lot of people were trying to get them. That I know like when the concert happened, like many people were lining up outside Tokyo Dome City Hall to actually try to get the merchandise for it. And when the merchandise booth opened, the merchandise was like sold out within like 2 hours. While in the group's online shop, it was something like sold out within, I think, like a few minutes, maybe. I think I know, like one of the people in the chat actually might have been able to get some of the merchandise. So I mean, like, yeah, at least they're there too. So the concert began with like the opening, but in this concert they actually have a live band, and this is like with this concert, like one of the members in the band kind of looks like Nano Okada in a way. Then after that, then like they perform a few songs, and then after the introduction, then Yuri did kind of like a few songs, but first like Yuri, Nana did a few songs. So first, then after, see here's like a picture of pretty much everyone in the concert. But I also know that and then after that, like Yuri Murayama like sang a few songs for like and then like during one of the songs she sang like the Produce 48 track that is in No I Man. Well which had Morrigold as the lead member in the song, and then when she performed the song, she like went around the hallway of Tokyo Dome City Hall, like going through the stairs, going through the escalator, going through the elevator, going through the hallways, and then also did the thing where she kind of like she does the kiss towards like Nana, and then when she gets to like another song, like the top where like see the rare time where we see. Yuri's abs. And then like when it was like the channel also like something like Beyonce would probably do. I was watching I was like, oh gosh. And then like after that they did there's another song where they kinda did like their version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. With like a surprise appearance by like what now? Well, I mean Nikishi and my Oshimi's in the group. Well, I remember her because she's kind of like very like she's sort of like there's something like Nana and Yuri were kind of like Or the Confucius when Minami Minegishi was a Confucius after the controversy she was in. And then they like they had like Yuri Murayama being like being Princess Ringo, and you got like Nana being a very classy prince. Then you also had Minami being the witch. Then you got like Kyoka Tada as well as and it's Sayaka Takahashi as well as and as well as teammates Hinata Hikaru, and so playing I think and Hatsu also from teammate Hatsuga Yatada being the dwarves. Then you also got like Suzuki Yamane playing on the two, and then you also got like Ayana Shinozaki also playing the huntsman. And then there's like one part at the point they were kind of like they almost Nana and Yuri almost like kissed. And then there's like this when like Minami had a apple knife peeler, and then like so more the pictures here. There's like the picture at the there's a little third room. There's the logo of the concert. Now some people really should view that like somehow that the N like look like another thing, but actually kind of like do they actually look like an N actually? Oh yeah, no. So the for the around the concerts, many of like the it was kind of like giving things to the audience, and like for this concert the members like Nana and Yuri gave like, everyone in the audience chocolate mint because Nana likes chocolate mint a lot because she's cause her breath to be very minty. And then there's with the microphones, one of them like colored Phoenix represents Nana, and one of them colored pink representing like Yuri. Then after that, they sing a few songs that like a 1990s like songs for. And then during like one of the songs, like somehow. Instead of the concert, where, like they sang like, and this is where they kind of like they talk in English, which is really great. But then as they were like, they said something like this: "Do you love me?" It was like watch. It was like, what is this? I was like, and then they started like doing like a few interesting things, and then. Just that they like pull off an acronym like what they did at the midnight like concert they did, and like well I mean although I mean I know they can't go like full floor on that because like it's like around like around the time they were doing the it was like around 8 o'clock, and then like. But I mean, if they did a midnight concert, then they would probably they probably went full force. They're there. Then after that, then like Mion and Shinobu actually came in, and I know like because I know that them as well as Nan and Yuri have their YouTube channel, which they launched the day earlier, and they were actually to record something for the YouTube channel, which is actually now on the channel now actually. Then they did their top 3 like another like a request hour where they kind of were like the top 3 songs that Nana and Yuri like. It was like one of the songs they performed that, whereas they performed the song line where like Nana says "Kitty kitty," and then like after that they showed like the story of like Nana, Kat, and Yuri Murayama. So far they showed in like most of the concerts. Then after that, like, Nana and Yuri did where they like sang songs that probably like each other would probably do. Like Nana would sing some of the songs that Yuri Murayama would do. Then like Yuri Murayama like she's saying she did coin toss. Which is well, their performance is actually great in there, which is they do. And then after that, they performed the songs after, and then in the encore, they actually did 3 encores. Oh, no, but one of them, they actually, before that, they actually did a. Nano actually read a letter to Yuri, and then that was a. It was actually. I mean, Yuri wasn't alleged to be there when Nano read the letter. But it was a. Look at this a little bit. Oh. Wait, and then after they did the encore, they did like 3 songs, and then 3 encores, and then at the end of the concert, they ended the concert with Sustainable, which good as well to perform there too. So then, show a few more pictures from the concert too quickly. Or I don't know if there's a picture of Minami with Nana, like a very classy prince. And then there were a few pictures from Kyoko Tada, which actually a few days after the concert happened, actually they talked to Kyoko in the showroom, and actually, how was AKB48 Request Hour? And they're like, oh, you're great in Nana and Yuri's concert. Then she thanked me to that. Did the same thing for Saka Yahashi as well too, and then how's AKB48 Request Hour? They said you're great in Nana and Yuri's concert. After that, she thanked me after that too. So a few pictures from Kyoko who from the concert. So. During this concert, she was kind of one of the dwarves in the set. There's her there. There. Then there's a picture where you can find that. See the next picture. Oh, and then yeah, with this. So there's that there people were actually in the audience at the concert. And if you whoops, there they saw the members they're in the concert. Yeah, some of them were in the audience include BNK48's Japan. As well as Megu was there, and Saya was there at the as well. There's pictures of backstage, and after the concert they had a bit of ice cream, which is it's all right there. And there's another one from Kyoko as well too. Just get to that. Loading a bit, and then there's some from the concert. So sort of almost everyone in the concert there. Oh, that. There's a bit of Kyoko with Saraka, Hats, and Hinano. And then if there's a Kyoko with Minami. Yeah. Oh, and that is Nano Okada and Yuri Murayama's concert irreplaceable time. I mean, it was a great concert. It was like, when I saw the concert, I kind of like thing, but it's like they're like, I mean, I like the Yuri Murayama more. I mean, Nano Okada's great too in the concert too, and like there was like a lot of performances. I mean, the sections were a bit interesting, but I mean, like at least it was well, and then after that we get to the next day where we have AKB48's concert, which it was actually a really exciting concert. I mean, they did a lot of like songs there too, and then there's all like, and it's before the concert, we were all trying to figure out like what they mean by AKB48 all. I was thinking this would be like, the entire group. Sometimes we're thinking maybe it's all the groups, but it is the entire group, as well as Team 8. So you got all the members in all the teams, as well as Team 8 too, all there. And they began their, well, let's see if, I'm gonna see a few pictures first, actually, from, we'll just find that, I'm just gonna show a few more pictures quickly, because it's been on me. Oh yeah, man. Because that later, yeah, we'll find the, it's this picture, I should see. No, this is, probably like, Minami Minagishi's last AKB48 Request Hour, since she'll be leaving the group in about 3 months. But, so in the beginning of the concert, they began with all the members, like, going on the stage, and they, formed, like, well, some of their hit singles there. There they are, wearing, well, these kind of, like, clothes here. They're, like, Nami's, they're kind of, like, at the very right of the screen. With the picture, the only original member in the group left. Oh, and also Anna Ariyama actually came back, was working for Request Hour scene. So that also performed with the group too. And then, so they wrote a few songs, and then like, after that, they get to us where they, like, all the teams kind of like, a little spoiler, and then like, then when like, Team 4 performed, they performed Ima Happy, which, I mean, the video for that song was kind of like some of the members were like kind of like, and then somehow they like, and some of them might get like chased by like, well, like trying for like modeling. And then they're like, somehow they go into the song, it's like, the song kind of sounds like this. No, 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 you were happy. No, 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 you were happy. I mean, like, in that song, well, it had like Nano Okada, as well as I think like Roha Kitagawa was on that song too, and Moi Goto was in that song too, I think. But yeah, the thing about like the song is that like really, like when I was like no, kind of talked to her a few times in Showman. Like one of the times I talked to her in Showman was like when she was doing karaoke, and then when I saw that she was in Ima Happy, kind of like told her, oh, do Ima Happy, and then after that, like people in like the comment were kind of saying, was saying Ima Happy, and then like after that, like she would kind of like laugh. Although she didn't sing the song, but I mean, like, at least she saw the comment, at least. And then, after they do the little introductions, and they get to the section where they do all the units, I'm pretty sure that part of the concert, they did, like, all the units performances they actually did during like their 4th anniversary concert. And then, though, when they did to the part where they do with the band, instead of them doing air band, they actually all of them actually performed. Actually, playing the actual instruments, and then well, great, and then after that they did this were like a few more like performances, mainly involving team songs, and like saying there's like when the team, I think a few members in team were singing the Valentine's Day song that where they had the sounds like this like and chocolate, and like in the video of that song you kind of had like Asuka Maeda and Yuko Shima and Mariko Shinoda and kind of all like doing like it's like line dancing, and then like them like round two of this video actually if you see that. Then they like then there was a section where like somehow like they kind of like where Anna Ariana comes in, and then they kind of talk about what she's been doing in the past years, and she went into Mexico, and then like they sang a few songs, and like yeah, and then she didn't make any announcements, so that means she's still in the group. So it's like you all thought she was leaving the group when she comes back from Mexico. Nope, she's still in the group. Then they like sang more of their singles, and then when they sang all their singles, they sang the recent single "Sustainable." But then with this performance is that you all thought that maybe that sense that like Morika Yahagi will probably not in the group now, but I mean like but the would probably sing "Sustainable." Wasn't sure there would probably be Yui. But then when we watched the performance, we found that actually that the member in the performance is Yuri Maruyama. And like, you had like, in this performance, you had all AKB48 members doing the songs. Like, I was wondering, it was saying, actually, this might have been like the best performance of the song. It's like, man, they could have made the song. If the song was like an all AKB48 single, then maybe the song might have been better. I mean, still we'll probably have Morika Yahagi, but I mean, like, at least maybe it would have been better than the actual song. But it's like, oh yeah, you also got Minami in the performance too. And then they perform some other songs, and then we get to like during the encore, they get to probably various big announcements during the concert. Where one of the announcements is that, of course, that more of the members are going to start having their own YouTube channels. Including, like, well, like, getting further, like, Yui will have her own YouTube channel, Narumi Karano will have her own YouTube channel, I think, also, Yui Yokoyama will Yui-han will have a YouTube too, and also Yuki Kashiwagi will have her own YouTube channel as well too. It's like, you're getting a YouTube channel, you're getting a YouTube channel, you're getting a YouTube channel. And with this beginning, members that will have their own YouTube channel will actually be Miyamoto Koichi, Shinobu Mogi, Nano Okada, and Yuri Maruyama. But their YouTube channel, which actually was launched immediately after when the concert actually ended. And actually, like, as we were doing our live card, we actually did a live. We actually watched the first video when it first been put on the channel immediately after the concert. And about this is part of the lead up to the group's 50th anniversary, which kind of maybe why not a lot has happened with them in the past year. Like, even without the Mao Yamaguchi, so maybe they would have, maybe last year they kept it like low key, and then this year they're probably going to do like a lot of things that probably will like get very excited that they could probably have a big comeback. And like, yeah, then more members on YouTube. At least we have more members to be part of YouTube. I mean, those are two like me on Shinobu and Nana Nuri. I say welcome to YouTube. I mean, yeah, you might maybe you could like you probably will make some really good videos on your channel. And maybe like a quick tip if you want to make videos on YouTube if you're watching this. But I mean, when you maybe make videos, maybe you do like random things, and then maybe then when you do that, you'll probably like maybe something will happen, and then you'll probably get some really great things actually. And then the other big announcement, this is kind of related to Team 8, where they will do their 6th anniversary concert in Yokohama Arena on April 2nd, which will be a day before Madame Minagishi leaves the group the following day, which might be a hint that maybe her graduation concert will happen in Yokohama Arena, but I mean, I'm thinking maybe they might do it at Tokyo Dome, maybe? Since, you know, it's last week on the roof, so they might do it there. But apparently this is a concert that probably, like, well, the entire team was actually hoping to have a concert there, and yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be, like, exciting for them, but now they've been making it for, like, 5 years now, so at least, that's really good for Team 8, at least. And then they perform new songs to then, that's the concert. AKB48's concert. To be fair, I mean, like, it was a really exciting concert. It's like sang a lot of their recent music. There was some early music and songs you probably haven't heard in a while, but you probably know the song. They even did like show more of the units, and they made a lot of big announcements, which was concert. And that is all with the group concerts. But now to the solo concerts, which for the next few days, beginning with well, the first one, which is Nana Okada and Yuri Murayama's concert, which is called Irreplaceable Time. Now, the thing about this concert, know that a lot of people were like fans of those members, are like really excited for that concert. Apparently, like it's with the merchandise for all these concerts, for the merchandise of this concert, a lot of people were actually waiting outside of Tokyo Dome City Hall to actually get the merchandise. By the time they opened the booth, for the merchandise booth, it was actually like they were actually like sold within, I think, like 2 hours. And even for like getting the merchandise on the group's online shop, they also sold within a few hours. They're probably like the most interesting value merchandise of the entire festival. But also during most of the solo concerts, which kind of like give things like before the concerts, and for Irreplaceable Time, they actually Nana and Yuri gave the audience chocolate mint. Generally because like Nana likes chocolate mint a lot, kind of makes her breath minty. I mean, she really like there. But then, in the concert it begins with like with their concert, they have like a live band performing with them, and then that's some. It kind of begins with like both of them performing. They performed a few songs. Then they after they do a little bit more like a little talk, then they kind of like get into a little solo session where like Nana would sing a few songs first, and then that Yuri would sing a few songs after. But during like Yuri's little section in where it's like where she sings like there's 48 track on the single No Way Man, which apparently that song had Moe Goto being the lead member. And when she performed that song, like she and then during one song she like goes around like the hallway of like Tokyo City Hall and like going through the escalators, going to the elevator, going to the stairs, and then at one point she like does the thing where she like just the kiss to her like Nana, and then goes all the way back to the and then like during when she does another song, and then really like she like removes the code, and then we like the weird time where we see a bit of Yuri's abs, and apparently like she didn't like Chat was like saying about Beyonce. The section looks like Beyonce would do, but then I was like watching that series like, oh god, oh, it's like, man, she's like too great. And then they get to a section where they kind of like, where they do their version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. With a big surprise appearance by, well, Minami Minagishi in the group, and who'll be leaving the group in like 3 months, and then she kind of plays the witch in this. And then you got Yuri playing Snow White, like Princess Ringo, and then you got Nana playing a very classy prince. See this little picture? There's Minami with Nana in the little prince clothes. And then, like, then also some various other members were seen in the, including, like, what was it? Like, you got, probably played the little, like, George, you got, like, Kyoko Tada as well as Sekatashi, and Hatsuka Utada was a 2, and, so, I think also, I'm not sure if it 1.2, and then should find this a little quickly. Oh, this quick. Oh, it's this one. So then, like, one point they also like almost the little kiss. I mean, they showed directly, but they kind of showed it. So there's some few pictures from that. So there's pretty much almost everyone in the concert, as well as some of their, well, the background dancers who danced with like Yuri during her little section. Yeah, Kyoko was there. I think Anna was there. Oh, Suzuki was there too. Oh, and a few other members too. I know they're the band in the concerts that, I mean, they're all women, and then also like one of the members of the band kind of look like, looks like Nana too. But then during the concert too, like, apparently like when they go on Yuri, like, someone like, she just kind of like, I'm gonna show that quickly. She kind of does like something like, one's gonna do like something like that. Like, she kind of does that a little bit sometimes too. And then like, let's see what else here. Then them with the band. Oh, there's their little. Oh, that's the little like that's the logo of the concert, which some people were kind of with the Y in the logo. They kind of look like another letter, but it's like that looks like a Y. Yeah, with their microphones, like one of them is like green, which the microphone that Nana uses, and the other mic, which is pink, which is the one that Yuri uses. Yeah, they kind of like kiss a bit during that little like the snow and the seven dwarfs, and then they sort of like Minami was like holding an apple knife or like an apple peeler, and then like oh yeah, and then when the seven dwarfs came in, they were like singing like this like oh not the need of you, and then after that they did a little savor. They sang a few like sort of kind of like 1990s kind of styled songs. And then there was like really interesting section where like they were saying like this song, and then in this performance they said they were talking in like they said a few things in English, but as they were saying were kind of like, "Do you love me?" And I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then they like. And then they started a little bit of like little interesting things, and then they like some almost like pull off a now in academia like they did in like the midnight stage. It was like I mean like apparently a lot of people in the chat were kind of talking about this and like, but there's like. I know they actually can't go full force on that because the time they were performing it was around 8 o'clock. They can't perform it around that time. I mean, if they were doing a midnight stage concert, then probably they would run full force on that. And then and then there was like they sang then there was a whole section. Oh yeah, then Mion and Shinobu who also came in too. Where they're actually going to film it, they're all involved in their new YouTube channel, which they launched the day earlier, and then they were actually going to film something for the channel. It was actually on the channel now, but I mean, I'll probably watch that soon. Then after that, they were like kind of doing another request where they kind of rank the top 3 songs that Nana and Yuri like, and then they did that. So we're like kitty kitty. And then like a few other songs too, which was all good. And then also there was like somehow like where Nana like reads I think something in the on where like Nana reads a letter to Yuri, which she wasn't expecting, and then like. It's a really great letter actually, and then at the end of I think for their part they did in total 3 encores, which was for solos with AKB48, but in their encore they actually like they ended with Sustainable, which that song got performed a lot too during AKB48 Fest, and that is Nana, Kata, and Yuri Murayama's solo concert, Traceable Time. Which was like a concert that was a great concert actually. A lot of interesting moments happened and a lot of moments too, and like at least all the fans of Nana and Yuri were probably at the concert. Let's see if there's any other from that concert we can see quickly. Oh, there's a few more actually from the concert. There's a few pictures from. Let's see. We'll check quickly. Let's go check if there's any more to go through. Oh, that's a later picture. It's a Kyoko picture. Oh, it's this one, I think. See. Then there's like a few more pictures actually from their concert, like a few from Kyoko Todo, which actually like a few days after the concert, I actually talked to her on showroom actually a few days ago, and I actually told her, hey, I was saying like, how was AKB48 Request Hour? Then I said, oh, you're waiting Nana and Yuri's concert. then after that, she said, yeah, she thanked me for after that, and like, but also did the same. Talked to Sayaka teammate Sayaka Takahashi, asked for the same question. I asked her how is AKB48 Request Hour, and said you agreed in Nana and Yuri's solo concert. Concert. And she said, thank me. She thanked me as well too. So here's the pictures of Kyoka and at the concert. I think Chan went to that concert too. I think Peachy went to that concert. I think she got the merch. So there's Kyoko, like she plays one of the dwarves in the little thing with Snow White. For there too. There. There too. And then there's another set too of pictures. Let's see. Oh wait, but also throughout the. Let's get this in a few seconds. Let's see. Oh, it's the next one. Oh. What's this one? I think. So there's a few more pictures from the concert, but so there's like, but as with most of the concerts in AKB48 Request Hour, there was a lot of surprising people actually were in the audience of those concerts. Not just the people who see like in the chat, but also there's other members who were actually in the concert. Like from Japan, BNK48's Japan was actually on this concert, as well as Megu was there too, and Saya and too. But also Rino, Sashihara, Sakura, and Nako were actually at the concert HKT48's concert as well too. Well, even though I know that IS1 will be probably sort of again after the controversy they went through, but at least they were there. Here's a bit from backstage angle. Actually, after the concert, they had a bit of ice cream actually too. Let me just another one from this. It's this one. Let's see. Oh, a few more pictures from it began. There's like, oh, and there's a bit more of a Kyoko with the number 2. So there's a picture pretty much on the concert. Yeah, there's Sayaka there on the right. Oh, Suzuo with her too. Eminem on the right, and Ayana Shinozaki playing. I think she plays the huntsman in that. Like, oh, the way to make her kiss. There. There's like Kyoko with. I think Hinata was actually in this performance too. And then her with Minami. There. Yeah, looks a little bit. Let's see. Okay. So now to the next solo, which actually is the first of the solo, is Miko Tanaka's solo concert, which is called Miko Momo Together. Now, Miko Tanaka is the obvious face of next face of AKB48. But when watching this, there's like, just like, it's great and like, they're probably gonna do, which was a little bit great, like this year. But then with her solo concert, it's like, not only this one, but also with Chiyo Ashida's solo concert. I mean, they had pre-shows actually with their solo concerts. For Miko Tanaka's solo concert called Miko Momo Together, they actually began the concert with another set with the Yubi Rangers, where they kind of like, so what happened like at the episode of like they did like of the 7 that they actually did in their HKT48's concert. And then when they did that, they performed It's Sustainable in another song too. And then Anna was like playing the first was New Rangers, but then kind of like then Karen probably played she played in the play again, and then the concert begins where the beginning of the concert kind of like something I would see in an AKB48 concert, and then it began like then she sang a bit of some rock songs, and one of the songs she performed in that segment was like Blue Rose, which is another song they would have like all these concerts. Now in this concert, before the concert began, she had like a hint of like what one of the special guests she invited to the concert. Then she had was World Star. And people were thinking that there might be Nako because she's like not as one of being famous, and also it's like best friend. But it was not Nako, but instead it was actually Kuramon, the mascot of Kuromoto, which is where Miku is from. But and like how this it's like we see a little segment where like Miku's in a house and then she's kind of get ready. And at one point they were kind of mentioning Vivian in that segment, and she sings a few songs, and then she kind of like I don't know who's going to see Miku, and then she kind of gets ready. But then when they get to the little, she shows her dress, and then like it's like, oh, and then like you got Kurumon plush, and it's like she does a little bit of quick changes, like the clothes she wears, but even the clothes she wears in the concert also is actually the merchandise, which is then like when she goes dressed like one of the Yui Rangers, and then she goes like outside the house, does into a little segment. And then she sees, but then during what that scene, that were like while they were showing her running too, they were also showing her. They were also like showing her, so running like outside too. So you're kind of seeing like two different on the screen, which kind of you're seeing like two different versions of the same thing. They could just, well, I mean, they could just show her on the stage, or they just show her like, said on the screen. Let's see, from Miku's concert. Yeah, there's a Kuramon in the concert, and like, yeah, he even has a Twitter account too as well. Some pictures from that. There's the concert with Kuramon, then during the concert for surprise guest. It's World Star. There. And then they kind of like sings a few more songs, and then like they kind of show like the history of Miko Tanaka so far. And then like during that session, they were like kind of showing like her like being ranked 10th at the like AKB48 course. Some other general election, like also her time when she got ranked, and like when I kind of like saw that film, I was thinking like, man, they should publish. That was like the good old days. I mean, they could bring back AKB48 Request. I mean, since the general election, so maybe maybe they might bring it later in the summer, but that too. And then as well after that, like, I don't know that she's saying like, well, the solo track that was on like Tsukinanda, where she like talks about her like hometown Kuromoto, which in the video of the song we kind of see her going around Kuromoto. This is the song that has the line step by step, and then for like. For like the rest of the section of the concert, it then turned to kind of look like HKT48 Memorial Hour, because in that session she sang songs related to like members that either left the group or currently not as one. Like First she sings like a song like that had like Nako, remember, and then like she then reads a letter to Nako, which no, actually was not in this concert, but it could have been, even though she was in the audience of the HT40 concert, and then it was actually a long letter, but then after that, then she sings a song that had, I think she sings Strawberry Punch, which a song that had Sakura. Well, in that song, and then she read a letter about that, and then after that, she read like a song that had like Kadamas, Harupi, and then read a letter, kind of like an actual, well, kind of like an actual goodbye to her, because you know she left the group. Well, after she took, well, she kind of left about 3 years ago, but then she kind of came back and then left. And then after that, she sang, well, Jiwaro Days, which had Rino Sashihara, and that was, well, second to last, well, the last season with AKB48. Then she read, well, kind of like an actual goodbye letter to her, which, you know, Miko was in her graduation, well, concert, which is so good. I might have been like more if it came up, if she like also sang like Keizaka 46's duo season, Futari season, or what, well, she might call it Tanaka season. But I mean, like, probably like one of the best covers of another Keizaka 46 song, Silent Majority. It's probably her cover of it, which she probably sings on her showrooms a lot, which is really good if you had to see that. And then in the encore she sings, well, this. Oh wait, but after that, then she actually sings Fast Forward Calendar, which though that had not good, but then you also got the rest of the members actually in the screen all sing with her. It's like, and then in the encore she sings like, well, the song that won AKB was ranked first in AKB for Sir, and she did the entire song, Romantic by You. That's the, I mean, Miko Tanaka's well, it kind of shows like, oh, she can do music too, but I mean, she kinda, and also you got Kuramon, which was something too, Mikamomo, and then like she, that set where they're doing like HKT for Memorial was kind of like, well, I mean like, with Sakura and Nako, I'm not sure, Nako and Sakura, I'm not sure if they'll be back in the group, but I mean, it might be, but at least she gets to see like, give it like an actual goodbye to Rino, Harupi and Rino. Oh yeah, but also in the concert, apparently I think Bulma might have been announced at that concert too, but I mean, but another person that was in the audience of this concert was, here's a quick picture of like, well, of the song that like was first place at AKB48 Request Hour. There's Miku and Miru and Hana when they were just about, you know, they actually won AKB48 Request Hour. But before they were about to perform the song, and actually when they performed the song, they actually like, everyone was having a really great time, and then they're all jamming to the song. So, but yeah, so let's see if we can just find that little thing with Miku. Oh, and she kind of had like a kind of rock, like push. So like classical band also too in the front. Yeah, that's those. So I mean, like it didn't. There's like the rest of like all the Yui Rangers all in the concert. There's like Aoi and Hana and Harona and Nasumi all. Oh, and there's a backstage at the concert too. Let me just see if I can find that other like. Because there was also another person in the where there was actually was actually in the audience. Like Mokai Yahagi Sneaky Moeka. Oh, well, although, I mean, she did graduate concert, although she might have left the, I mean, if she did remove the picture in the theater, then probably she's actually not in the group now, but I mean, maybe she might be still in the group. Well, until she does her handshake event, but apparently she was in the audience of Miku, Dasada concert too. It appears that she's a fan of Miku Tanaka. There she is holding the little, the merch at the concert, the little wristband thing over there. I mean, so now to our next concert now, solo concert, and probably the next 3 solo concerts probably be talking about involving like very cutesy members. Well, the first what we're gonna see is Chiho Ishida's solo concert, which is called Yeah. It's Chiho Until I Get Back. I was a witness to it, but she was also in the audience of Mika Tanaka's concert, which here's a bit of footage that she actually recorded during the concert, actually, and really Hannah's with her in this shot here, like, see, they're actually there in the, like, they're actually on the balcony area, actually. See the little head? Performing, and then, like, then you see there's Subi and Hanal watching the concert too. Oh yeah, because they were in the pre-show, so they're actually there watching from there. Of course, we know Chiho Ishida's like the other face of ST48 since she was ranked in the AKB48 Sponsored election. Now, her concert, I mean, it's like cutesy as well too. But also, she kind of says this like, her catchphrase. She says this a lot. It's like, yeah. Kind of, you know, with like Mika Tanaka, where she said like Mika Mama, Mika Mama. Now, this concert begins with it has a pre-show too, where it begins with like some of the members doing a few songs. Like you had like Kuko and Yuka, Koi, and like Mai and Sora and other members, and then like some days they were singing like Cherry Cherry Boy. And then the concert begins, and then like the songs, and then like she then we found in this that she's a witch, and she kind of like moves the night kind of around there too. And then we kind of beginning of the concert, like actually she's in the audience, and then they got a lot of people wearing Chiho mask, and then they kind of like she's there in the audience actually. So there's her like wearing the little mask. Actually, some of the audience were actually wearing. There's like they're wearing the mask, and then her doing the thing which for the catchphrase like yeah. She kind of like long day, and she kind of like suddenly thought she was doing a dream, but still kind of like reality, and then like. And throughout there was a section where like she was kind of like doing like air piano. They digitally like insert the piano inside the stage too, which was an interesting part too. And like other members came in. Also, Fu was also in the concert. So Ishida was also in the concert too. And she performed like the few of ST48 songs, as well as making funny singles too. And then like then they like. Then during like session they were like showing like various handmade crafts they made, and also like well, they were actually going to give those crafts to people in the audience, and then apparently how they kind of maybe how the budget because they kind of apparently for the drop days they have to use a boss to use for like another thing to the group. Can you compare, let's see, with the budget of MB48. And then there was like ones where like Chiho was like dancing, like she was dancing with the chariot. And then she performed a few other singles, and like to that she then throughout the concert, like at various points, like the members would kind of like go around like the audience and go through like the route of like from City Hall. Maybe like in Make It Momo Together, like she kind of goes around, toss on the audience, and I think she's saying like all the songs she like got ranked. Songs that involved the phrase in the original line that she was ranked in, and then she like she does what she like round, and even I think she got on 2. And then in the front, she kind of like she sings Sustainable too. It's like that. That's on too, and that's what is happening to Chiyo's concert? Oh, find a few from Chiyo's concert. Apparently Nasumi was actually on this concert actually. There she is with Chiho actually. This concert, which is. What? Oh yeah, and they also held the little basket she could have held. Like, well, you thought that concert was very cute. Get to the next concert, which is also very cute, is Uka Tsunaga's solo concert called Cherry Blossoms. No, I mean, it was that Ruka was going to be in when we were doing the live stream for that, but she had to do a few things, but we kind of give her like thoughts on Ruka, but I was watching the concert, I mean, like, that she likes she likes a lot of things related to Mobile Suit Gundam, and then she likes trains too. I mean, with the merchandise for concert, it might involve that too. I mean, like, in the showroom where she launched the merchandise for the concert, well, this concert, there's no other that is, but it's like, kind of sure that she likes a lot of music on them too. So in like this concert, apparently in this concert somehow, Peachy was actually at this concert, and actually got 2. Well, the concert began with with Luca singing like a few songs, and then one of the songs she sang that the song SK48 song that had the video where they filmed it in Thailand, and then sang a few more songs, and then, but in this concert too, you had a few other members being involved in this concert, including like Serena Soto was there, as well as, well, Derek from 48 Talk, Oshman, Monica Tani was there too. So there's like, and then you guys, there's 2 there in the concert. But then after that, then we got, there's a set where she does something with rugby, and then like, fixed the rugby. And then there was like, where we see a segment of her like, at a train station, and she likes trains a lot. And then for like one segment, she kind of like sings like songs about trains. But then near the end of the concert, also, where then she kind of like, when she does 47 countries, it was about the 47 state, like, instead of talking about the 47 trivia in Japan, it's kind of, I think, like, all the stations in the Yamori line in Tokyo, which is like the major lines in Tokyo, which Not very long, actually, when I went around the city during my trip to Japan 2 years ago. Just a view of Oka during the concert, during the first the concert. And then there's see some actually with other members too. There was also Serena Soda, which he was also in the. Find that picture quickly. That's this one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there's so with Serena, she's actually like very tall. There's there she go with Serena and like and Mana and two. Oh yeah, they appeared like as background shows various with the concert too, and then near the end of the show, so like there's a oh yeah, one time when she was like in the audience, like she was even like talking to people in the audience. They say this phrase too, and then she was also like giving like. But this concert, that everyone in the audience actually got a letter from herself. She actually wrote like a letter for like everyone in the audience, and they probably got on their seats, and then she also gave some various like when she was like going around the audience, she like gave like various like balls to the when eventually Peach actually got one of those balls actually, and well on the ball that she actually has like a little message from her, and then it's actually signed, has her signature too. Oh, there's another picture of her with Serena at the concert. I mean, when I was watching the concert the first time, maybe she might be lip syncing throughout the concert. But then when I was watching the first, the first minutes I didn't see it because we were doing the live stream probably actually a few minutes later after the concert began. But there were times when she was not lip syncing, or maybe she wasn't lip syncing at all. But she sounds really good actually. Probably has some potential. There. See a few more pictures from the concert too. Just gonna. Oh. There's the next one. There's a few from this. Oh, and this is like where she kind of talks all the stations in like the Yamori line, and then let's see. Jelly boo, jelly, yeah. Oh, there's this one too. And then after the concert, so then there's a little like flower. Oh yeah, the concert, and then there's a. Oh, and there's a picture of her at the beginning of the concert over here. She kind of looks like Coconut, kind of in a way, but who's going to be in the next solo project we're going to talk about? But I mean, that's Uka Suenaga's solo concert, Cherry Blossoms, which. Oh yeah, and she ends the concert with the AKB48's first hit single, Cherry Blossom. Petals. Kind of makes sense since there's the concert's called Cherry Blossom. But yeah, we do see a Cherry Blossom shows in that concert too. I mean, like, I found her cutesy too. I mean, I know Ruko will probably have. Number two, I mean, she's probably involved in the future. I mean, Ruko will probably have more thoughts on her, maybe wait. Not that, but I mean, yeah, so, and then, the next concert we go after that was, Kokoyumi Yama's solo concert is called Cake is Love and Tatsumi Prosperity. No, I mean, Coconut Yama is probably, well, a member that's also probably more involved in like the future of 48, but also possibly the future of the group too. And I mean, she's like a very young member, but I mean, but you kind of see her like she doesn't. Why? She's all probably possibly the potential. She's things she can probably do, and like in this concert actually Matt from MB talking about actually went to this concert too, and actually I might have saw him in the audience actually. I'm not sure. I mean, I think when he was in the audience, I think he was wearing a sweater. I think I'm not sure if he might be wearing a cowboy hat. So he could probably use when he goes to concerts. But I mean, like, I mean, it might have been him or maybe one of the other hosts of the show. And Coconut's solo concert called Love Is Cake and To Prosperity. The concert had like so kind of respectful from MB48 concert, which means you'd probably expect the things you'd probably see in like, probably with things happen in Osaka, like. But like the first of course she kind of wears the little like full dress, and then she performs a bit of some rock songs, and one of the songs she performed in that song she does Ha, which I mean, Miko Tanaka could have performed that song in her solo concert, but there, I mean, she did, and that would have been like very exciting. And then we get into a little segment where she's kind of like in a house, unlike in like Miko Tanaka's and Chiyo Ishida's solo concerts. Like instead of being an actual house, they actually put through like a virtual house. Oh yeah, also in Chiyo Ishida's solo concert too. Like yeah, it's Chiyo until I get back. And then when she was performing too, they had like various like comedians, probably from Yoshimoto, which handles MB48. They were also might have been seen in episodes of Kyakite Kakinai, where they were kind of making like mochi. It's kind of with the logo of her concert. I think we're going to see mochi as a cake. And she performs like a few like MB and like her songs. But there's some photos from Coconut's solo concert. There's both from Instagram, but so there's a Coconut with. This is one of the clothes she wears in the concert. And then there too. There's also a section where somehow she like kind of did like a bit of like a Michael Jackson. And there's like it's not, although I mean like I just sure see her doing Michael Jackson, but then I mean some of them would be face palm on that since, you know, Michael Jackson, but I mean I think see with the next pictures. Oh, that's the little hat she wears there, and that's even on her little hat there's a little this coconut. Yeah, there's a bit of her doing Michael Jackson. Like the Smooth Criminal. Then that's her with the hat. There. At the end of the concert. And there's another section also where like she where some of the members are kind of doing a little like lesson, and then her and then also Mamoru Yasuda kind of been playing like many like characters they play, kind of like pranking them, like they've played, including she probably playing like episode 1, which showed that in before it's in, but also the they also play like the little like duck thing. Also, kind of like Suda plays, and also they played the statue. So they kind of like And which is also something that Mamone also kind of like does too. But I mean, her concert, I mean, she sounds a bit cutesy too, but I mean, she sounds weird at least. There's this other section where, during this little section in the concert, like, watching on the live stream, some of like, had a bit of an orangey color, kind of like, with this section. Oh yeah, there's the little was at the beginning of the concert too. There. And after the concert, there. And then her nails actually on this concert. And at the end, she also did she did bingo too, which was oh, and then what else she did? That's Koku Yamayama's solo concert. Love is Cake and Together Prosperity. I mean, it kind of shows she's remember though she's kind of a bit cutesy too, but I mean like, it's fun too as well, and it's like she probably could. Oh yeah, but then near the end of the concert too, she said something because they know she was also one of the members in one of the additional. The additional tracks in the group AKB48's recent single "Sustainable," where had her as well as Mizu Yamauchi, which we know will be the lead member on AKB48's single. But I mean, when she was saying that maybe one day she wants to probably in the future is probably the lead member on a single involving MMB48. I mean, it's possible. I mean, like. So really, after when Mira leaves the group, then she be the member of the single. But then you also got Ayaka Yamamoto, who's someone that could be the member of the single. But yeah, she'll probably be the member on a single. I mean, I remember two actually, but. This was a really fun surprise. It's all good. After that, we have Nada Homa's solo concert. I don't know, we didn't cover that concert because it's way to the group that shall be named. Although, due to popular demand and convincing from the chat, I decided to do a viewing party of that concert. It will probably happen in the next few weeks. So there is a solo concert. It's Sato Kubo's solo concert, and it's called "Welcome to Mariland." I don't know that Sato Kubo is a very cute to me. I don't know that this concert is probably the cutest concert of all the concerts previously we saw. Now, or like in the segment that they do in like the group YouTube channel, which I usually call it Adventures of Sato Kubo, where she goes like around various neighborhoods in Tokyo and also in Osaka as well, and another one kind of like follow her. So before the concert began, I know Sato gave everyone in the audience cotton candy because of the sugar. But the thing about the logo of the concert, the logo of the concert kind of looks like similar to the logo of Milky Land and Yukurin World. This guy's not like that, so good. So the concert begins with an opening where Sato wakes up and then just turns on the TV. She kind of like sees herself on the TV. And someone in the chat said somehow that this actually kind of looks similar to but she kind of gets ready, and then I know like when she puts the makeup, she's like this. Does smell that? Something like that. Then at the concert begins, after she performs some of the single, and after the introduction, we go to a segment that's presented in the style of a segment that was in the group YouTube channel, which I call Divided Saturn Kubo. So she goes to the window zoom when she sees a specific animal. She puts the stamp on the little because I don't know, I actually went to the Wendo Zoo in Japan 2 years ago, but somehow, but I didn't go inside the zoo. The zoo because like it was closed because it was like very hot during that time, and also because of that the zoo was somehow closed. Also, there were various pandas in there during that time to make sure that the pandas are actually cool. So like when she performs like this instance she performs like various like animal costumes. So like when she performed that should include like Lava Retriever. She knows like the song on the head like Mai Wanna Not being later on this in the song. When I watched like the music video of the songs. I mean, what the thing that wish that Mai Wanna Not was still in the group. And then like she was dressed in a dog costume, but then she also like did Hashi a penguin, dressed as a penguin. And then in one song she also was dressed as a snail, and then she also like dressed as a monkey there as well. And then like in like between that section, like she well, she gets like the next time, and some of her backup dancers also dresses as monkey. Somehow like did a bit of a aitakata or like a sense, and then go to the next set. So it's a bit of some was from of the I'm gonna show it very quickly about actually there and a few things of it, and then I think they're show in the fishnet. So here we have Plateau and like as like if the snail costume she wears in that the concert. So here and then here we have so we took this like between like the rehearsals of the concert. So like over here we have her like looking at the flowers. Then we have her in the snail costume. There, with her there, and then there's more. Then like in the then we there's a continues where we kind of see her like going to I think around like Harajuku when she goes sees like the area that had like the cotton candy is very big, and then after that like it's at the point where she sings like very like sort of kind of say I remember like see like Saturn like doing like various songs that are like very serious. She sings a bit of like well like she sings like an equal love song, and then she surprises sings "Come on in the Gisk." So it's like this is like I sound like a lot of like electronic songs for that section of the concert. Then after that, like they showed like the story of Sachun Kumo so far, but in the form of a documentary. And during like the interview, she let it appear that she was in the anime that involves the group. It was called AKB48 004A before she was in the group, so it's that she was actually from the Poles group before she was actually in the group. And then like okay, so like here's a bit of pictures from the opening. So there's like her like feet. Then her drinking the water was on the thing. A little couch. On the TV there. And then after that she like well actually in some of the solos I know like the when she like goes around the audience and she's so she actually sings like various like songs about like the AKB48 Junkin tournament like Well, she also sings like Heard of Miracle from Above with Saturn from Above. And then like she sings a few more songs of the still, and that is Sonic Cool Soul concert Welcome to Maryland. Which concert was actually I'm not sure that she goes to it. Some very serious songs too, and she's gonna be in the groups next singles, so I mean, it's probably right there. And here's a bit of there's a one with the we're at the beginning of the concert. There's her holding the cotton candy that the audience probably kind of like gets. If you want to here, and then what kind of it? So now we go to like the next solo concert, which is the Yokoyama Yui solo concert called My Revolution. Now, music, Yokoyama Yui is probably like, we have to probably leave her in a similar. I mean, she's in she's a 16 gen, and also like so in Team 4 as well. And like, I know like, they also like, I know she's gonna be like the lead member on the group's next single. But then as we watch this solo concert, was the Polytime, and the single probably rated me like number 2. So it's also kind of showing that kind of like what the concert, probably gonna do like a revolution, and since her concert's solo concert's called My Revolution. So the concert like begins with like we see like Mizuki wearing this kind of like clothes, wizard clothes. You can see like in an anime, and then she performs like a few songs, and then we see her like going around like the around like Tokyo in like a broomstick. What interesting, and like so that then she sings like a few songs, and then after the introduction, then she kind of talks to a wizard, which I kind of like. Well, maybe that might have been a Chiori, but then we kind of found out that it's actually a Manika. So I'm just gonna quickly gonna go see if you on the concert of like sort of what you look at the. Yeah, I'm just gonna find the thing quickly. So. Okay, the first one, which show very quickly, is over here. What's the here? We have like Mizuki, the clothes at the beginning of the concert. Yeah, it calls like the clothes, and anyway, so there's right here. There are 2. And then over here, where are we? And then we do like a section where she like plays like a very electronic songs. And then in that section, she well like she even like sang the song where like that Yuri was saying like her well, and her and Nano Okada has a solo concert where the turnout where she shows her abs and hold on, sorry. Good, and then oops, just there we go. And then she also like does the well the AKB48 or this group collaboration. I mean, that had like AKB48. I mean, also Coconut. But they also did that in her solo concert too. So there's a few pictures from like the further concert, both Monica and Suzuo. So there's but here's the 16 Janes were also in this concert too, which will later to the concert. And then also with like Monica being the in the concert, she kind of looks like Albus Dumbledore. There's something there. And then like when she like the thing is done, somehow like she breaks character, and then you see Monica after that. Just being kind of see like the story of Yokoyama Yui well, so far. And then after that, she performs like a few, like then she goes around the audience. Although in this one, so much not to many of the audience a lot in the other solo concerts, but I mean, yeah. After that, she performs like a bit of like AKB48 like the singles. What is it about? I know that Mizuki likes Ribbons a lot, so kind of knows that some of like the closures in the concert, but also in like in the later closure version, you see a lot of ribbons, and you're seeing like the next set of pictures from the concert here. Also, this is very slow, didn't? So there, and then like she and then also during that scene, she also like sings a 90s styled song that probably was seen in anime, which always sounds really great. It's like good song. I mean, like, and then she also does like Lucky 7, and in that performance, we see like the various flags of all the teams. Like, you see like a Team A flag, you see a Team K flag, you see a Team B flag, you see a Team 4 flag, and you also see a Team A flag too as well. Then in the encore, like the 60 gens scene, and then like but they sing the 16 gen song as well. Here like they're like was it Monica is there with Suwa and Mummy and Murray and Oren and Yami and Saki and Zoo. We had the concert, then there's them at the end of the concert, it's like Zook with all the little ribbons in her dress. This is her with Monica. And that is Mizuki Yamauchi's solo concert, My Revolution. And it was it shows that Mizuki is really just probably that the group's next sync was probably going to be great, and maybe she could also possibly be the like the next face of the group, and maybe like the next Asuka mate of the group. I mean, there was also a lot of like interesting like words in it too, and it was like it was like really great. So yeah, it's like real good. You know. To the last concert of the AKB48 Fest, which is Yui's Kuri's solo concert, Yui Tokyo. Now, with this concert, compared to all the rest of the concert, apparently this concert kind of had a higher budget than any of the other concerts, which is why this concert had a very like high quality. But I mean, apparently this was a concert I was also excited for. Well, I mean, it was kind of an interest when I was watching it. So, in the beginning of the concert, it began with the Yui doing the theme song of Majori Gakuen, which you gotta see her wearing the clothes, reprising her role of being Lily in the show. But the song does the little kick song. A few pictures from that quickly, and then she performs a few, and then this will be a later picture, and then but then we get to first we see she sings a few songs, maybe a few I think Teammate songs she sings at the beginning, and then famous. Well, this is actually her second solo concert. She just won a few years ago actually, and you gotta get to a segment where she but then we found out it was pretty much product placement for Country Mom Cookie, which is she's actually a spokesperson for that cookie. I mean, to be fair, I was actually about that. Apparently Yokoyama Yui 46 is now Fuji might have been in a Country Mom commercial too, which also had Yui in it too. It's so when you're hungry, have a Country Mom cookie. So then she kind of sings a song kind of related to Country Mom, and then she gives Country Mom cookies in the audience, which is I'm thinking maybe later in the concert we might see product placement from Toyota, which by the way sponsors Teammate by the way. So there's her with actually some of the choreographers who in the next section where she does where Yui would do a bit of club with the various choreographers and do some various dances. There's one dance where she kind of by K-pop, to be fair, she did a song that had choreography that kind of looked like K-pop, but not K-pop. It was Teacher. And apparently, one where she was wearing some big clothes, and then and apparently one of the she had to she did a bit of something similar dance kind of Nogi Zaka 46 would kind of do, and then she did a bit of a dance, a bit of jazz dancing, and then she actually was probably more musical theater, and then she did choreographed by herself with an alter ego, which with Yui he's an alter ego, Yuri. And then she sings a song, and she does a little dance. There's her wearing her backup dancers in a later wearing clothes she wore in the usually in the covers of Teacher. And then here's a bit of but then she also did of Lucky 7 where she's on a pirate ship, but the version that Yokoyama Yui was probably more been on the version that she did in Yui's Tokyo. So here's a bit of some because of her watch return for one of the little dances. It's probably when she did with the I think it's Nogizaka. It was kind of interesting. She did choreography by Takahiro. Choreographs Kikazaka 46. Apparently, the choreographer she actually worked with, one person in the chair kind of says one of the choreographers looked like someone trying to be excel as a tush. Then the rehearsal space for the concert. Let's see what else we got. But apparently in this concert, this probably there haven't had like, where I heard like a lot of like very passionate. There's like a lot of like, fans there. I've heard like a lot of like Yui Wada's like kind of cheering. It's like, was it the Yui Wada's are very passionate. There's a bit more of a. What was in the concert? And with her merchandise, I mean, there's actually a towel where she like. Tokyo. There. Oh yeah, because it was sponsored by. For. Countryman. Kachimam cookie. Then there's more too, and then her like, and then you're like, at the end of the, or she did like she did a few more key friend songs. She did teammates on it. She did 47 Good Streets. Like when she gets to the where they say all the 47 countries in Japan, like she just says Tokyo, and then they show like various places of Tokyo. We have Yui. She is from Tokyo. That's where she represents the team, and so she's doing it in her hometown, which good. And then the concert ends with, in the encore she ends it with the Shout Diamond, which is a song she very a lot during the concerts. And she ends her concert with this is her after the concert, where she kind of wears, I think, the teammate clothes. Look at this picture, she kind of looks like Serica. I feel like she's little flowers. She's at the concert. That's Yui Tokyo. So so I mean, it's a great concert. There's kind of interesting scenes. I mean though the little section where they kind of show the product placement for Countryman Cookie. I mean, to be fair, I mean Countryman interesting. I mean, like Countryman Cookies. I mean, another thing, some people check if they ate Countryman Cookie, and they all said they like it. Actually, it's a very delicious cookie. Actually, I mean the part where she kind of does the dancing might too, but I mean her also doing like the teammate songs were like, I mean. Oh, they're like the very passionate fans of the passionate fans like Wodas of Yui Wodas in there. I mean, like some fans there, and that is a summary of all of the AKB48 Request Hour this year and AKB48 Fest this year. Well, out of I mean, this year in the good corner, they were really exciting, great. I mean, like, interesting moments, and also turned a lot of announcements too, and a lot of other things about members too, which is I mean, out of the group concerts of the AKB48 Festival this year, is probably probably the AKB48's concert, because they did a medal of solo performance with no break. It also showed that Drew is also looks fine. For the solo concerts, well, said that Yano Okada and Yuri Murayama's concert in Festival Time was probably the best solo concert, because it was, it's kind of like you have everything you would probably want from their concert, and like you would have a lot of things that were like interesting moments too. But for the individual solo concert, probably say Mizumiuchi's Maya Revolution, because kind of shows that, like, the future of the... I think the group will still make music probably in the future, and, like, kind of shows she can do a lot of things. And so now we're gonna, like, give additional thoughts on a various stories that, like, from the past month. About Mai Shiraishi announcing that she'll leave Nogisaga 46. They really had to hear that somehow she actually leaked the news that she'll be leaving the group to various newspapers before she officially announced it in her blog and the group's official website. And it was like bad timing. Since I just received my copy of the Nogisaga 46 doc, you can see, like, right here. I mean, I know that me, Ruka, and Mark will probably do a discussion on the documentary, like, when all of us, like, see the documentary, should probably, like, talk about, figure out why the reason why my choice on to leave the group. But how would I describe Mai Shiraishi? I mean, like, is like probably that she's like Rino Sashihara without the controversy. It would have been interesting if, like, say Mai Shiraishi and Rino Sashihara are, like, in a film together. That would be, if that happened. I don't know. She's probably, like, not the Asuko maid of the group. I know there's also Nakoma and Nanase Nishino. So she's probably as in, like, the Koshima of the group. I know there's a potential she'll probably do a solo career after when she, like, leaves the group. But I mean, if that happened, there's a potential she might be produced by Kenshi Yonezu. If that happened, then she'd probably sound like Kenshi Yonezu. At least how it would fall in Paprika. And there's also eventually coverage of the Summer Olympic Games that will happen in Tokyo this summer, mostly by Arashi. Which is probably going to be seen a lot in the next series, so I think. About the music video of SU48's current song, which was already called A Reckless Dream Never Wakes. I mean, it was good. I mean, like, they like kind of like look like SU48 doing Nogisaga 46, doing Nogisaga 46's mannequin in uniform, almost like this. And it also sound like Nogisaga 46's influencers. Well, I mean, but also be similar to Last Idol's youth train, Seishun train, maybe with the clothes that they wear in the video of the song. I feel like Yumiko and, like, Nana have been, like, have more, like, screen time than, like, the rest of the members, so that Misaki had less screen time than in the video of the group's previous single, I really like this person. The scene where, like, when Yumiko clicks the picture frame is kind of like something that Yuna Harada would probably do. I mean, like, maybe the rest of the members in Nogisaga 46 probably do as well. I really like the covers of, like, the limited edition version of the singles. Kind of looks like a Nogisaga 46 single. I mean, they kind of look like the Yurina Harate version of a Nogisaga 46 single. The example, I would see what our version is could be called the Yumiko Takino version. I don't know, the version of the single that I actually got was version C for two reasons. Because in the cover we had, like, Hina, who knows a member I talked quickly on Showroom. And the usual track on the version of the single has Misaki is in it. About SK48's reason it's single, am I saying it right? Yeah, because it's a hit single. I mean, it's a great song. Here's somehow the music videos of the additional tracks in the single are somehow not put in AVX Tracks YouTube channel yet, but I suppose they might be put it in there in, like, probably the next few months. About with Luna with Hazel doing a break because you can think with her anxiety. I mean, she'll probably recover from it, and then, like, probably she'll be back in the group, like, what is it? About the comedy story that AKB48 did in a few weeks ago. I mean, if no members were there for the AKB48, we had, like, Kyoko Tada, as well as Nami Ichikawa, and also Hitomi Atake. Well, in MB48, Rina Ishiyama was, like, one of my favorites in the group, was there as well. RST48, if Vivian Murakawa, who was Mayoshima in that group, was Hana Masoka, which, not her, I know she was like, is like 19 years old, but then like she'll be like 20 years old a few days after. And RST40, we have like Misuki Mamura, as well as Mahina, Uchi, and Kuko, that was also there as well too. About Moe Gode having like first hit single, I mean, I know this is like the result of like one of the showing competitions that she won, where she gets to have a song, which about that the song that we'll probably use in various videos about TikTok. But I think that says that she's probably gonna have a solo career. I mean, as I said earlier, she always said that she has potential, like when she is when she's in the group. But I mean, like she's doing great, like after she left the group. Now on the about the news involving like Keikosaku46 with Yuna Hirate, Mizumoto, and Nana Oda announcing to leave the group. I was thinking that Yuna Hirate was going to leave the group, feeling like the hint, like the performance when they performed Black Sheep, it was like the hit. Here that those hints are correct, though not in the way I was expecting to be, as I was thinking that maybe she was probably a proper graduation ceremony, but it appears she will left the room immediately. So we ended our live coverage of Mika Tanaka's solo concert. Like Rita Harate's monthly radio show School of Lost was on. And she announced that she will leave the group. Then a few hours after that, the group put a press release on the group's website that she will leave the group, but also Miyu Suzumoto and Nana Oda will be leaving the group. Usually when I usually like leave the group, because of like Yuna Hirate, they said that she's like withdrawn from the group. Well, for Miyu Suzumoto and Nana Oda, they are graduating from the group. So the thing about that is that for all of them, says that they're all leaving the group effective immediately, which means that pretty much they're all like left the group. I mean, like even like Miyu Suzumoto and Nana Oda are gonna have like a proper graduation concert, which maybe something's gonna be happening maybe with the group. In the case of like Yuna Hirate, I mean, still not sure of it yet. We probably have to wait till she gives like her entire story. But as in, like even when she tells her story, there's a possible chance that the story she'll probably tell might not only affect Keikosaku46, but might also affect the rest of the 46 groups too. On Miyu Suzumoto, I mean, maybe the reason why she's like not passionate is maybe because they always make Yuna Hirate the lead member on every single of the group. On Nana Oda, pretty much she's probably punished because she caught dating. That's what what happens when you make the same person being the lead member on like every single group. I'm kind of worried that the same thing might happen with the AKB48 with Naoka Saka. Although, I mean, like, the group's next hit singles actually great. So, I mean, like, if, I know we'll talk about it later, but I mean, like, if they don't do the things that, like, what AKB48 do, then they're probably gonna do really great as well. I mean, the same thing might happen with SU48 with Yumiko Kunda being the lead member on every single that they've made so far. But let's have another person be the lead member of a single. I mean, we do the AKB46 approach of, we rotate between, like, the lead member of the group, although with, it's they actually changed, like, the, like, the rotate between, like, the same three members, so I mean, like, we do a similar thing, but let's have another person be the lead member on a single. No, I mean, this will probably affect Uni's on air because they don't do it because in the game, which I'm gonna go quickly. As you can see here, like, so there's the game here, but so we get to like the section in the members section in the game. Okay. There's like a little Nanak over there. And there, see? That somehow like she's still in the game even though she like left the group already. But also like the other thing as well too is that somehow like the day when like she announced that she was leaving the group, with the photos, oh surprisingly I got a rare SR card of Yurina Harate in those of like Break the Glass. That's slowing a bit certain. Just sort of a bit there, and that might also might affect like the thing with like the sort of the group of the constants like with the you're probably gonna have to like address it probably maybe like in the maybe like when the next one hits single. So I mean at least that's something that Nanako Nakasawa is still in the group. Also that not just for Michael, we also have like Akane Moria is still in the group at least. But yeah, I mean to any like kickers of the 46 fans that are probably watching this, I mean like they'll probably still make news. I mean they'll make news probably the next few years, but at least we can find out. About the management of AKB48 being changed to a what we call journalism, it's pretty much that the move into like a separate like department, although maybe still handled by the same company, so it's pretty much like journalism, a division of AKS. But like, so about like the name of the new management company is that somehow it's like the name of a Pokemon. And that's the like addition. 1,000 various stories that happened in the past month. But now on some additional news that some of we didn't cover on the show in like the past month, first with AKB48, it appears that teammates Yokoyama Yui-chan is actually back in the group. I mean, she was back in a team alter a few weeks ago after she did a break because she might be involved in the controversy in which she might be caught dating. She did apologize for that after then, and now she's like trying to get back up to that. She was also in like AKB48 Request Hour, so you probably saw her in there. But although that so much she's not back on like Twitter yet, but although she did put posts in her Instagram page, so she's like starting to get back at least a little bit. Another with SK48, that the group will be performing on J-Mellow on February 10th. It appears that they're going to be seen on the show in the past few months. I mean, they're going to perform their recent single. Am I saying it right? I mean, there's supposed that the members will probably might be talking in English. I mean, if Virgo was still in the group, then probably would have made sense. But it'd be interesting to see if like the Akari Suda is talking in English. But I mean, sure if they'll be talking English, but we'll wait for when we watch the episode, which will be on NHK World, so for all of you able to watch it. And then when it airs, we'll probably cover it on the show. Perhaps. No, like Keizaka 46 and Hinata 46 news. There's that the game of the group's like Uni's Honor has now been downloaded 3 million times. So it's actually weird. I mean, the game is actually we found a lot of that's actually happened in the game in the past week, which is actually great. Then on like a bit of international news with BNK48, but they released the music video of a song, which is actually an original song that the group made, called Dong Dong Dong, which is also the theme song of a film that has some of the members in the group. I mean, it's a great music video. I mean, like, it makes sense that the song has sounds like because like the film like also has the song and it actually takes place in like a rural area in Thailand. It's like I mean, it's a very catchy song, but it's actually a really great song too. And anything like a few days after it was put in the channel, it was put on YouTube. The video's been viewed like at least 41 million times, which that's actually good. And then to Yoshimoto's AKB46 news, but the hear that the second year that the group actually has been announced. They actually announced it during their first year anniversary live actually last month, and now with the 3 members that won in the showroom competition involves the Yoshimoto's AKB48 second gen auditions, it appears like sure if they're in the but they probably might be put in the group maybe somewhere there. So I mean like members like in the new members in the group, but most of the new members in the group are mainly comedians. Oh, a little bit. Like comedians, but I mean like, well, there's also like one person in the group that's actually like for like staff. But remember to point out in the group is that there's one member like named Fuya Kobayashi, he actually like doesn't look very young, but appears actually he is very young. He's part of a comedy group called Oops. Now, like before they had like the second gens were put in the group, the youngest member in the group was now Fuji, which was now 18 years old. But when they put the second gens in the group, then now she is now like the youngest member of the group, like 14 years old. They probably like the same age as like Yuna Harachi when she began. I mean, I don't know what's up. What's young what's up? Then although his partner in like comedy was also in the group, named like Tak. I was gonna get to his very quickly, and then he's over here. Yeah, there he is. There's like his partner Tak, and also in the group too. There he is. Another thing to point out is there's also the Shinzo Abe impersonator on showroom actually was also put in the group. I mean, he does like various like showrooms like various times. I mean, he kind of like he's actually put in the group at least too, which is that's it. And then go to the resident staff of Yoshimoto, who was she's over here. Just gonna get to her quickly. Hold. I got one quick. Oh, she was like over here, and there she is. Here's some of my goals. Maybe it was like as old as her. I mean, maybe it was almost as old as Manami Minagishi too. Yeah. Also the profile pictures of like members in there have been updated. And, like the group's recent hit single. Can't be impossible to show that very quickly. So now like all updated to like the group's singles. So the some of them like there's like Riho Maki. So remember we on the show we know was in AKB48. Now in the script now in Yoshimoto's AKB46. There she's over there. Look at some other members. Then we have as well now Fuji, which to so on her picture quickly. Here she is there. She's there. Then got another member also, Rikio. It's over here. Oh, sorry. There he is over there. And then let's remember so I'm gonna say show who's in Sweet Monster, and then there's also one of like the members on the Sweet Monster track in the single. There she is there. Right too as well. And then the two lead, and then after that, let's next. Then also the two like lead members in the single Mari Katera over there. The single two. And then let's see, we have Akano. Into it. Oh, do his sure. Oh, he's over here. There we go. And then like the previous two members on their singles, like Tasuka Saito. We'll find very quickly there. Oh, he's over there. Yep. Him like wearing his hat. And Furuna Ogawa, who's the lead member on like their previous few singles too. There, she's over here. There, yep. And then there's also, we got like Takashi's like partner and training angel Takashi, which on his we're very clear then. Oh, he's over here, yeah. Is Takashi. And then you also got Shiori, who's like, well, I mean, like, she's a, you know, very famous in Japan. I mean, like, she has a show, I think, regularly too, but I mean, like, she also in Sweet Monster as well. Sorry. She is, and then you also got Shun Miyamoto, who's also in red, and there's his little picture here. There you go. But that's the profile pictures of the AKB48. So now let's that is all the additional news that was, I mean, stories we didn't talk about on the show in the past month. Now to a quick review of some of the additional tracks on the group's like recent single Can't Be Impossible. So over here we have like the limited edition version of the single. As you see on like the cover of the single, we have like the two members of the single, Mari Katera and Katano Nano, and then those two members too. And on the back of the we have like the member results for their supposed to. No, there's like no music video for the Sweet Monster track. I mean, there could be music video for it, but I mean, there's no music for it. So we have like the Sweet Monster track on the single, which is called "Make Me Laugh Without Getting Stuck." I mean, it sounds like has that Fiesta sound, and the we're saying, which is a really great song too. I mean, it's all good. Then we have the this track that has all of the members in it singing, called Mechamon. When I heard the song, it's like it could have been like the theme song of the group, kind of like with Nogizaka46 has Nogizaka no Te, and then Kegazaka46 has W Kegazaka, and Hinazaka46 has Hinazaka. But you have like all the members sing, and then they're all having like a really fun time, and then like them sing, it's all good. And like then my copy of the single, it has like a picture of like one of the members in the single. Kind of good. Like there he is, like right in there. It was all good. the thing on the show Dasada, which you know is the show that that 2046 is actually doing right now. But no, so far I watched like every episode of the show for right now. So far there's like 4 episodes aired so far. No, there's somehow that Ruka has not seen every episode, but she still hasn't begun the 2nd episode yet. So because I will give away what happens in the show so far. But I'll give away the show. I mean, so far it's a great show. I mean, Okasaka is great in it being a Dasada and like does looks she's like all great and probably my favorite person in the show so far. I mean, Kumi also has a major person in the show too as well. But I mean, there's a probable chance that the show may not end well. Though after like watching the most recent episode, okay, maybe we'll probably we'll have to wait for the to the show. Apparently, like Sora, which knows like the one that Miho now plays in the show, kind of this like his face alone on the show, like maybe it's like have a bad feeling about this. Well, I mean like Mawaguchi's in the show, even though they might have filmed the show like before she was involved in the controversy where dating the people as in the show, in the film Ready Player One. I mean, she's still on her grave, but I mean, like, I don't know that somehow she's not seeing the show. She's only like seen through like various like some posters and signs, but we might see her maybe later in the season. But well, kind of young. But also with the theme song of the show, which it's a great song. I mean, it fits the show. I mean, like maybe like in the music video, the theme of the show, maybe like the horse and it might be like related to the show. But I mean, like also kind of like looks like a happier version of AKB48. They also brought back the Joyful Love colors, like in that video. I felt so because like maybe like they're gonna be like the first 46 group that have each of the members have distinctive colors. That is a quick summary of what's on Dasada, and that is pretty much like second part of now last week's episode of the show. I mean, before this part of the episode, say quick like news involving the channel, but I know in the next few days we'll probably see a few videos being put on the channel, including a version of Ruka's some more videos, including Ruka's analysis of the universe in anticipation of the group's next mini album, Hash, which will be released on Wednesday, as well as the definitive version of our like the year review this year, where they've been put into like two parts and put as 2 separate videos. So why it took a while to actually edit the year review. But else, so and so that so what else? Let's start. And then maybe in the next video they'll be also doing like various on the channel too, but it's like so we're gonna like end with this, but like we're gonna dedicate this week's episode of last week's episode of the show to AKB48 because I mean I know they everything too, and then like they even though with the recent news that happened in the past week, then probably they'll still make music probably in these, but I mean, so we're gonna end the episode with a shot from the group's first hit single, "Silent Majority." See, like they're trying to the video and like where we have the Silent Majority And now there's the group now. There's only like so like 15 members left in the group. I mean, we have two that'll be put in the group, so maybe like those. Yeah. So then we'll like see you later, and like we'll be back in the hope back in the show soon. So see you later. Bye everyone.